So, hello, everybody on YouTube. If it's streaming, yes, it's streaming. Yay!
We are live.
We are live. Yeah. So basically, I promised that I wouldn't say it in the show.
Okay.
So, as it's the pre-show, it's fine. Is how I heard it. I don't know if that's right or. I'm sure the legal team will get back to me.
But I mean, you're technically correct, which
is a first. Yes, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
So, I was around because I'll tell you in the main show what's going on over here at the moment. But basically, I went out to the Nazi regime known as Tesco's to stock up on a few things.
Oh dear.
I know, and I was like, it's on that side of town. You know, it's on the borderline from like civilization and scummy, you know, the other side of the tracks. I was like, oh, I wonder what Ant and Soph are doing. So that side. So I'm like, I phoned him quickly, and I'm like, you know, I'm like, halfway house sort of thing. Do you wanna, hang out, have a coffee sort of thing, you know? And he's like, oh, yeah. So I went over there. And had a chit chat, and halfway through, and I'm surprised neither of us, Soph, his poking stick, or I, neither of us have realised all this time Ariane can't say his name.
Wait, doesn't he just say Harry Ant?
Yeah, Ariane, you know. So no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Is it not pronounced Harry, or is it Ari?
Ari, A-R-R-Y. No, he can't pronounce.
There's no H.
No, of course not. Of course there isn't.
I mean, how often do you say your own name unless you have a friend that also shares that name?
Well, I'm always introducing myself, so I'm saying my name quite a lot.
Not that I'm an Aryan apologist.
No. He is not your favourite artist. So his real name was obviously Anthony. Yeah? Anthony. Obviously, because it's Ari Ant. Wait,
where does the Ari come from?
Because he looks like... Because there's two Anthonys in our social group. So one, thanks for listening, Ben. So one looks like Harry Potter. So Harry Potter.
The other one looks like Sputnik,
like because he's got big old ears. That's how they got their names, which they both really appreciate, as you can tell. So so he happened to mention that his name is what was it? Anthony, and both Soph and I looked at each other. It was like, no, it's Anthony. There's a TH in it. Anthony. No, Anthony. And it's like, well, you might be, but I mean, like, that's not how you pronounce your name, love. Oh, we laughed. But anyway, he doesn't like when we laugh at his expense. But we laughed, and he refused to refer to himself again. It's like, oh, go on, say it again. No, shut up. Like, oh, go on. No, shush. I was like, oh, fine, do like that. Just because you can't say your name.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. So former friend of the show, Harry Ant.
Oh, is that bad?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
I think he spat in my coffee as well.
Wow.
But hey, you know, he was eating bourbon biscuits beforehand, so it has a extra bit of crunch and chocolatiness. Really, it's more of a cappuccino by the end of it. Positive.
Actually quite nice.
Exactly. Yeah. Silver linings and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
what we're gonna go with?
Yeah. Yeah. So how long we got? Oh, we got 20 seconds. All right.
Very nice.
Yeah. God, it's been an age since we've done this, isn't it? Right, so I'm gonna.
It has been actually, yeah. I've been holding the fort all on my own, all on my lonesome.
No, that's something entirely different.
Nights.
Hold on.
Streaming Sunday nights.
Oh,
yeah.
Shut up.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to start your week off right. Rise, mother truckers, for the Dirty Boxers Show Sunday service.
Ahoy, hoy to you, my dears. Hey guys and girls, and welcome. It be the Dirty Boxes Sunday service, broadcasting live, allegedly, from my ivory tower here near Cambridge Town. My humble face today, little stubbly, little smidge, little designer stubble there, is a Reverend Lee Brown Esquire, CBE. And over there we have a Benjamino. Hello, dear sir.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm all right. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know. And over there we've got a Tori. Hello, Tori.
Hi, Lee, and you're welcome, listeners.
Well, that was forceful right out of the gate there. What? You're welcome. What have they done? What have you done for their appreciation?
Oh, they've done absolutely nothing, and they didn't need to do anything for me to show up and grace them with my presence.
Well,
certainly my dulcet tones.
they are definitely. Elephant in the room. Ben was wincing a bit earlier when you joined the call, primarily for the fact that yes, you were.
I was being sympathetic.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, thanks for the memo.
I told you at the time.
Never become a doctor, Ben, is all I'm saying. I'm
not going to. Don't worry.
Here's a vivid reenactment, dear listener. Basically, it was, "Jeez, Tori, God, you sound rubbish." It was like, wow, Ben. Wow.
That's not what I said at all.
That's what I heard. It was like, "Jeez, Tori, wow." It's like, oh, that's nice. That's really, that's helpful.
Well, perhaps I heard it just a little different than that.
Well, okay. How did you hear it? Because I heard, "Wow, Tori, geez, you're offending my religion." That's what I heard, Ben. That's basically, you're offensive.
I heard him say, "Oh, thank goodness, there's my old buddy, my old pal Tori, and we finally get to converse since Lee decided to show up."
Oh, so he's Scooby-Doo. Is that what you're saying? You're Scrappy.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. And,
something like that, Velma.
Something like that, yeah. So, Tori, how is
my glasses?
We'll get on that in a minute. I'm a specky Four Eyes now. Yeah, I've got another pigeonhole to be part of now. Another in crowd.
Hey,
another minority. I'll be black by the end of the month. Right. So basically, it's on the
in crowd.
I don't know if there's enough sun in the UK for that.
No. Racist. I prefer to talk to Tori now. Sorry, Tori. So how is the recovery going on your they scraped your tonsils is the last time we spoke, wasn't it? They
or vocal cord, same difference.
Well, there's that area, there's a gobble going on, Ben. What do I know? So they did that, and then what?
Not a lot.
Well, I heard it, you heard it, but I mean, I'm asking him. He's the one who's living with it. Is it actually as painful as it sounds, as Ben would put it?
To hear, yes. To speak, no.
Oh, Brill. All right, then. Fair enough. Okay.
I mean, I feel your pain as a listener, knowing how golden my throat was before all this. But now, now I kind of feel like this is the Tory that the world deserves to hear.
This is what you got now, boys and girls, for being horrible.
Playtime is over.
Well, fair enough. All right.
Oh, no.
At least it's not painful.
What am I going to do without my playtime?
Ben, you've made up enough of
I'm
playtime.
sure you'll figure it out. None of us are worried.
Just to be honest with you, Ben, if anything, you need to cut down on the playtime. You've had enough of playtime. Jeez, Ben.
Oh, is that right?
There's a national shortage of Kleenex down in Aussie land right now, I've heard, allegedly, on the grapevine. Calm it down.
I don't think I've bought Kleenex for years now.
Exactly. You can't find them for love nor money.
Surely it's not my fault.
Oh, of course not. No, it's just everybody else down there. All those British rednecks. So, apart from that, Tori, are you back to work? Are you enjoying yourself? Are you still off? What's going
on? I'm back to work. That doesn't mean I'm enjoying myself.
Okay.
Although I did kind of enjoy myself No, we won't bring that up.
Okay. Okay. I think we'll have to have some sort of Twitter feed going on there. Anyone would like to hashtag what is Tory on about? Hashtag. That's what all the cool kids are now doing, is that hashtag what is Tory on about? Ideas of what could possibly Tories go bashing on about. That's a hip thing, isn't it? We're all trendy now all of a sudden, aren't we? Now we've got a hashtag going. Poor. We'll be all over this shenanigans. But anyway, so Tory's okay. That's good. So Ben, how are you?
I'm not sure that we want to be a trend because trends end.
And this show never does. Yeah.
It's true.
But yeah.
This show literally will not go away for more than a few weeks.
Oh, tell me about it. Jeez.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyway, so I should explain very quickly. Not that I've been bashing on about it or anything. I'm having headaches and migraines quite frequently since Christmas, just before Christmas.
That's all he talked about before the show.
Here we go.
Such a headache.
No.
Why am I living?
No, you're such a headache, Ben. Obviously, it cut out at the pertinent moment. But generally, it was like, eventually, it was like, okay, now I've got my taxes done in January, because every January we've got to, self-employed and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, I've now got those out the way. And I was still struggling with the migraines and headaches and stuff. I eventually went down to the opticians and they went, you're blind. And I was like, I knew this. I knew this day would come. Now I look respectable. I look responsible and respectable with a selection of spectacles. All sorts I've got going on.
So you're what type of glasses have you got? Are they sort of
blue
round
ones,
or are they
no
square?
No, they're more rectangle sort of thing. I've got a selection of
rectangular
ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're like, I've got ones that look like Joe 90. The Joe 90 trying to be kind of a very poor imitation of Michael Caine. They're my special ones. You've got to have the thick ones.
I've heard of Michael Caine, but I'm not sure who Joe 90 is.
What? Oh, sorry.
I've never heard of this person.
You've never heard of Thunderbirds? The puppet.
No, you've asked me that question before.
Lee, I don't think you're allowed to act surprised, shocked, or amazed when Ben tells you he hasn't heard of something. He's a whipper. He's younger than you. He's not an old fart.
Yeah,
he doesn't remember that crap.
Well, the point is, though, is that surely it should be getting to Australia around about now. It was made in the 60s, for goodness sake. Surely he would have heard of some. One of these days, when he turns around and goes, "Oh yeah, I know about that," I'll be amazed. I may be lightheaded.
There are lots of things I know about.
No, you can't.
There is a long list of things that Ben is aware of.
Yeah.
Like?
Exactly.
Examples, Ben. Exactly.
Okay.
No, the long pause there said enough. It's like,
when the list is that long, where do you start? Am I right, Ben?
Well, surely alphabetically would be a good start.
Well, okay. I'll start. Let's see. I've seen an old movie like Ben-Hur, so the old Charlton Heston one. That's an old thing that I am aware of.
Oh no!
I don't think you get credit for things with your name in them.
Oh no!
I also saw the Ten Commandments. Another Charlton Heston one. Yeah,
There's a theme
good.
here.
I felt like the book was better, Ben.
The book was pretty good. Yeah.
Was it? Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, and
the Quran
I've seen,
spin-off version was
old
better.
westerns as well.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember the name of it, but
old westerns.
Clint Eastwood, Clint Eastwood fanned the hammer on his revolver and shot lots of people.
Really? Cool. Thanks for narrowing it down to the precise episode there, Ben. That was really precise of you. Wow.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, much more importantly, I was just Googling Joe 90 just to get some sort of insight and information going on here, just so I know. Oh yeah, that's the one. Turns out that's not the glasses that I went for. They're not. All this time I'd be like, oh yeah, I've gone for Joe 90 and Michael Caine ones. I've been like, turns out Joe 90 wore entirely wrong spectacles. How dare Joe 90 ruin it?
it's ruined your perception of him.
Yeah.
Or her. I have no idea if it's him or her.
He was a 9. The story was he was a 9-year-old kid who wore spectacles, and when he was basically programmed by his father. Every time he wore spectacles, he was able to become the ultimate spy. He was able to be programmed to fly a fighter jet or infiltrate something. But when
the Matrix style thing.
Yeah, and so as soon as he took off his glasses, he was a regular, normal kid. So, whatever you want to make out on that one in a modern day sense, whatever. But yeah, it was all pretty good.
Sounds like a cool show. It
was all right.
It's not an interesting concept.
It was done by the same guys who did the Stingray and Thunderbirds and those sort of ones. So, but I've don't worry, the 1960s Michael Caine ones. I was right on. I've just done a little Google search here, just double check. I was panicking for a second, but no, it does turn out that I have got pretty much spectacular, brilliant Michael Caine. Yeah, for my special occasion where I've got to wear a suit. That's another thing I'm coming up soon. I'm not happy about.
Okay.
No, it's all. You know when I went to the third world country known as Wales. And I was doing the stats.
Hey, you described your trip in some detail.
Yeah, the stag do thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Batty Boy wedding's coming up at some point, so I've got to go to that. I've done the whole shindig of having my suit dry cleaned. And
is he? Who's he getting married to?
Well, my mate Simon is getting married to some fella I've never met called Rob. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's one of them ones. But I don't even need to meet Rob, but I know that Simon, even though he comes across really butch, he's the one. He's the one with the chocolate starfish. If you get what I'm saying.
How do you know this though?
It's just the way Simon is. He's like such an old woman. You know what I mean?
It has nothing to do with pictures he found.
No, it's got nothing to do with that this time. It's more the fact that he just nags. You know what I mean? He's such a nagger. I was like, you're the woman. You're the woman in the relationship. It's just and he walks funny. But apart from that, it's just, could be anything.
You mean funny as in amusing or odd?
No, funny as in.
He would not make a Monty Python sketch.
No, he is. It's a bit squeaky. That's all. His buttocks are clenched, shall we say? They're,
oh dear.
They're getting used to the sensation again. It's been a while. Anyway, the point is, I've got to go to that, so I'm getting ready. So I've got those glasses, like Michael Caine glasses for the special occasions like that, right? And then I've got some just regular cheap ones that I found online that I got sent to me for everyday usage. That's the update on my specs.
So they've both got the same specs then.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They're all got the same, stuff. Apart from, I've got one set that
when you say spec, you're not saying spectacles like the glasses.
No, I meant specifications. Then I realized I was making a pun.
Yeah. Wish you wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's just save it for the professionals, Ben. Jeez. So
professional pun makers.
Yes. Why do you think we keep Tory around? Gah. So hello, come on, people. So it's quite interesting that I've got all that going on, and I've also got some sunglasses ones for when I drive.
Okay.
So it's just, if you really need to know, geez, Ben, God, so nosy these days. But
he wears his sunglasses at night.
Oh, that too. Yeah. So it's getting there. But I'm generally looking quite suave and sophisticated, if I do say so.
Okay.
I was having a conversation with a friend of mine on Friday night. When I say friend, one of those scout leader types. I was bumped into them and was like, catching up and all that kind of stuff. And it was an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours in. Richard turned around to me, goes, "You're wearing glasses." I was like, "Yes, mate. How observant. Maybe you should try some too. If you haven't noticed, I'm wearing good old Four Eyes Brigade." Oh, I hadn't noticed. It was like, yeah, really observant there, mate. Really, really good. Well done, you. Everyone else is within seconds going, you blind bat. I was like, yeah, I know.
Well, you know who does and who doesn't judge you based on your appearance now?
Kleenex Brigade. Yeah, I know. All right, calm it down. Jeez. Go on,
Kleenex Brigade?
Yeah.
Who's that?
You, Ben. Anyway, well.
Nah.
Yeah.
I've never judged you based
he's
on
more
your
of the
glasses.
He's more of the Kleenex frigate.
Careful. So go on, Tori. I was rudely interrupted there. Go on, Tori, mate. You were saying something, and it was.
What was I saying, Lee?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, but I heard you trying to say something.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I did try to say something, but I was rudely interrupted.
You don't have to pretend to be offended.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, Brian. Exactly. Jeez. So, anyway, the point is, we'll start the show in a minute. So I've got the Specky 4 Eyes thing going on. What else are the updates? I'm just trying to think. Oh, yeah, we're starting a new religion. That's something exciting there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, we
So I thought you were already ordained in one religion.
Well, yeah, I am. I'm a reverend.
We all know that one's crap.
No, I've got a certificate and everything.
That's true.
Which is, should I be offended that the Batty Boys don't want me to, there's professional woolly woofers. They don't want me to, ordain there. Is it ordain? I don't know. I really should scrub up on the whole terminology malarkey, especially as I'm part of the cloth, as it were. I should be doing their wedding and stuff. Oh, you would have thought I've got my, professional glasses like Michael Caine. Ben, should I be offended? I could do it. I've got like a dog collar and stuff.
I think that they were considering your needs, and you would not be able to enjoy the ceremony where you have to take an active role.
Oh no. I'm part of the the brigade that gets invited to the after party. I'm part of the we're gonna pretend we've got friends. I'm that lot. That's all kind of go up. So that's
okay.
I'm getting a text message, by the way. I should have turned off my phone because I'm not professional at all. Because I'm just catching up with mates at this point. I've just got a text message from an alleged source, probably Ketchup, who's saying, "You've met Rob!" Exclamation mark. I'm like, have I? It caught my eye, Ben, when it came in. It's like, "You've met Rob." It's all in capital letters and like with spite with it. You've met him.
It sounds to me like you were robbed of that experience from your mind.
Maybe. It's just like he was at the last cupcake.
Professional punster.
See what you're losing there. See what you're missing, Ben. See the skill that's necessary. Just saying. Just make
So they only happen to me by chance. Tori's professional about them.
Exactly.
I gotta tell you, Ben, the pay's not impressive.
No. You know what? Because of that.
Shame.
Because of that classy pun that you just did there, 10% pay rise there, mate. 10%. What on you?
Yeah, that is
big.
literally a small change.
That's what she said.
That's why they pay me the big bucks, folks.
So I'm just being told that you may have met him, but you just don't know him. I was like, well, if I've met, hypothetically, if I've met someone,
strangers in the night.
I know, we're like barges in the night, sort of thing. Ships, beautiful. Passing, lovely. It's like, not that I'm fat or anything, but I'm a tanker.
Port, starboard, other directions.
What I'm thinking, right? If I've, if no one's around to hear a tree fall in the woods, blah blah blah, flap flap flap, does it really, make a noise? That's all rubbish, right?
No, but there'll be a support group for it on Facebook.
I hope so. I hope so, and I hope Tumblr will be right all over it, sort of thing. But I mean, if I've met the professional woolly woofter of the couple, the power couple that is, do I? But I haven't been introduced and don't know whom this individual is. Have I actually met them?
I mean, I don't know. You might have talked to someone once and never, remembered it.
That's just this show all over.
You could have been completely trolleyed out of your skull and not remembered it.
Yeah.
You know too much, Tori. You know too. No, I don't know. I'm just saying. It's just like, I'm just assuming I don't know.
They could have been wearing a mask at the time.
Could have been.
There's lots of things that could happen.
What, gimp? Just, whatever they get up to, that's totally fine. It's a modern world and stuff. Just, I draw the line at the trannies. I've decided now, Ben, I've drawn the line at the trannies.
Okay.
Okay, is that okay?
Everyone's got to have standards.
I do.
And that line is above the waist.
Yeah, exactly. I've decided now that like basically, as a society, we need to label it what it is, of which it is a mental condition. It is, body dysmorphia.
Yeah, how come you have to pack when you package food? You have to mark it if it contains nuts.
Exactly.
How come not for people?
Oh, they were like Ariane and Soph. They were eating some M&M chocolate spread stuff. Other chocolate spreads are available, and it was like, here are the ingredients. I was very bored. They were talking rubbish, and I was like, I'll read the ingredients at the back. And halfway down, like top line, it contains hazelnuts. Blah, blah, blah. Right at the bottom, may contain almonds. I'm like, well, what is it then? Is it hazelnuts or is it almonds? Because almonds are not in the ingredients. Why would almonds be in a chocolate spread? It's hazelnuts.
Almonds.
Almonds. almonds.
No, the L is silent. It's almonds.
Where do we find him, Tori? Where do we? I know he's a British redneck. I know he's a broken goods, but really, he's still bitter about, Kiwi land.
I really want to side with you on this one, but you still don't know how to pronounce herb, so I kind of got to, play the middle.
Herbs, because it's got a freaking H in it. Damn you dyslexic morons in all. You know what? This is where we went wrong. We allowed you to breed. If we just culled America and like Aussie place and stuff, we should have realized, oh, wait, hold on. The whole concept of like the empire, it's not as well off. It's not doing as great as we expected. Let's just shut it down. That's what we should have done. Instead of allowing our beautiful language to be butcherized by morons who keep tuning in to Jeremy Springer and think it's like some sort of like good idea. Just saying. Just, putting it out there. Options. Just putting options, Ben. That's what it was. Options. So where was I? Yeah. So we've agreed that if I haven't met him, but I've met him, but I haven't been introduced to him, then I don't know who he is. Then it's fine that I'm being like allegedly disrespectful or whatever, being text like abuse. Oh, you don't know who you are.
That sounds like someone that's projecting their own knowledge onto you.
That does sound it, doesn't it? That does.
Who is this person attacking our great alleged host of this show?
Hi, that's me.
With such slander.
Yeah. How dare he? Anyway, so
I reckon.
Yeah. Thanks for protecting my honor.
That's right. That's right. You heard it. Ben also reckons.
Yeah. Thanks, Ben, for rushing in there. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, what he said. Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, whatever. So the trannies thing, I've decided now that it's like, we need to stop people lopping bits off. Because it's really bad. It's a bad idea, that lopping bits off to try and like get to something. That's what I've decided, Ben, while I've been gone, while I'm, being Frecky Four Eyes.
It's why you're not getting a haircut, or is there another
reason? That's another reason. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Now I've come to this conclusion that I shouldn't lop things off because it's body dysmorphia. And the suicide rate after, like, post-op to pre-op, it like quadruples or whatever. It's like crazy shenanigans. Then surely we need to sort of stuff out. So if we could just like for the trannies, it's like stop lopping stuff off. You're not a sexuality or anything. You've got body dysmorphia. Go and get like mental help.
I think you also have
Is that
to
wrong? Is that wrong?
Yeah, I think you.
Telling people to get mental help has always worked out well in the past.
Well, yeah, Tori, go on, mate. Am I being wrong though? You're like, my Jiminy Cricket Ben is broken today, so I'm like, I'll go to you.
I just say that you need to converse with some who are post-op, who are happy, who have successfully converted. And
I do know some.
Find the differences psychologically between those who are happier afterwards and those who are not happy, because being not happy is definitely an issue.
Yes,
but you have to apply the right fix.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Brian obviously is going to be like about this because he's a bigoted old man. But I mean, like generally speaking, Brian, I think we can agree on this particular point. Do you agree with me, or are you just going to go? with elbows. There was elbows there.
Unfortunately, I would agree that.
What do you mean, unfortunately? Hold on, time out here, Brian. You're supposed to be kissing my backside here. Why are you? Unfortunately, you agree.
Very, very good decision, Brian.
Hold on. Please, I didn't get a chance to finish.
I can't even have a win. Go on, Brian.
Okay.
Good morning.
I was going to say good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Ben, too. Ben.
Hello.
Nice to be able to chat with you actually in voice versus just text now.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
hey, Tori. Anyways, sorry.
Hey, remember this is the pre-show. He couldn't cuss yet.
Yeah. Oh, dear. All right, go on. Yeah, so you were saying, Brian, yeah.
Okay, so my point basically is this. Okay, well, I do appreciate the desire for people to be happy.
Yes.
Being libertarian and all, basically I want people to follow the dreams, do what they want to do and everything else. I also am aware of the science, basically. And the fact is that, unfortunately, like I said, Tori is incorrect here, basically. The fact that the problem is that way too many of these people that are doing this, and you're 100% correctly, have body dysmorphia. There is a high likelihood of them having suicide, basically. Matter of fact, the people that started this whole entire thing are actually now against it. It's just kind of like the nuclear, these people who were against nuclear power in the 1960s are for it now, basically. So, the point I'm basically making is that, well, I appreciate the desire of people to be happy. The fact is, it's kind of like, you have to understand some people are like children, basically, and their mentality is like that. And you actually do have to guide them in the right direction, which means you don't do, and especially this whole entire thing, which is basically, it's a sickness of our society, basically, which is feelings over facts.
Now, how would you guide somebody? Would you use Haribo in like some sort of breadcrumb Hansel and Gretel style scenario, or how would you guide them into their well-being, as it were?
Well, I mean, obviously, of course, I do counseling. I'm very concerned about the medication people, the medication stuff, because we're seeing what's going on now with school shootings anyways, by the way. Which is basically...
we'll get onto the, that.
I know, but I'm just going to say that I do have to basically bring this point up, that basically when people get off, and we can get to more about it later, but the fact that when you get off medications, bad things can happen anyways. And especially when you're oversubscribed people to drugs and medications, and even the medical field just in general does that. So big pharma pushes these things. So, and I have to say this is all part of a larger sickness of our society, basically, which relates to people that again get back to feelings over facts, and that want to that things are almost things are almost too perfect for people, I should say. So we don't hunt and gather things ourselves. Things are come to us basically. We have apps.
Okay. So what I need to do?
We have an app for everything. Everything.
Yeah, Ben. So what we should do is I need to make Ben's life miserable.
Hi,
Ben. So just so he won't lop his knob off.
I think mission accomplished, Lee.
I thought so, but I just need to double check if I'm doing it right. Ben, have you got the inkling to lop off your todger?
No.
He had to think though. Are you sure? You don't want to make your love spuds...
that was for emphasis, not for hesitation.
Oh, okay. You don't want to make your love spuds as cufflinks or something. You're right.
I don't want to disappoint you in case you wanted a different answer.
Okay, well, I'm just, maybe he wants a different schlong. I don't know. Like an innie instead of an outie.
If anything, I can tell definitely Ben is very normal. Okay?
I don't know about that.
I wouldn't go that far. Whoa! That's not nice at all. How dare you, Brian?
What I'm saying...
Don't give him false hope. Jeez.
What?
That's all right, Ben. It's okay, mate. One day you'll be a real boy. It's fine.
What?
What? Yeah, it's fine.
What?
It's fine.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So do we need to go into the shooting? Because in fact, a little bit. This is a random sideline. I don't want to go into the main stuff of it. However, I did find very, quite, because it was last week, wasn't it? If I remember rightly, this was last week. It did seem to me.
By the way,
hold on. It did seem to me that it was very interesting that within hours they had so many printed T-shirts done and so many like on their parades, and I'm like, I appreciate a bad thing has happened, But it does seem to me that this has been hoodwinked remarkably quickly down some sort of rabbit hole that is crazy.
I mean, you can
never let a crisis go to waste.
Well, that is true.
And get started printing right away, can't you?
Well, that's what I'm saying, though, is that they had hundreds of black T-shirts with white writing on. And I didn't know what they were saying. I was just like flicking through the channels of the news as I do. And I'm like, it just seems very odd to me that one, hold on, I'll even count these out because I feel these are very important. These are very important. So one, I said one. One. There we go. One, I had to ding. Yeah, one that they I didn't actually read what they were saying, but they were like printed remarkably quickly and distributed to hundreds of people remarkably quickly. It just seemed very odd to me, and like professionally made banners and stuff. And it just seemed like the turnaround was a bit too quick for a grassroots kind of like, we're angry. I'm not denying their anger. I'm just denying it was like this seems a bit too slick for what it's supposed to be. If you get me. And that sort of thing.
I do get you.
And two, I'm surprised Russia's not been blamed for it somehow. That's all I'm saying, Ben. I don't know. Is it me or is it weird that this hasn't been like somehow gone back to Russia? How dare they for something? Is it?
No, with the Russia thing, no. But I think basically this is part of the larger narrative to disarm American citizens, basically, which is basically something that the Rockefellers want to do.
Oh no.
Basically, that in the Rothschilds, or actually more the Rothschilds than Rockefellers, maybe I'm not sure, but either way, basically it's a larger anti-Second Amendment thing. I'm calling it out as being a false flag, basically. Here,
whoa, that's a bit harsh.
I'm going to say basically that if the Secret Service really was there doing drills, the fact that basically the FBI. Yeah, the FBI basically is way too busy running around protecting Hillary Clinton and other types of people that
yeah, I agree with that.
Have no desire whatsoever to take the tips. The SRO, apparently some officer that was on duty there, apparently did not respond. And it basically, I'm going to say this. It feels like 9/11 all over again, basically. Let's just say,
well, hold
just
on.
like the Las Vegas shooting, basically same thing here. We're seeing this every single time.
Hold on, Brian. Before you move on,
Okay.
What do you mean by? Because I haven't heard this bit, Tori. May want to update the Wikipedia page. I would trust Ben, but he hasn't done our one yet.
No, I'm busy right now.
Are you shocking? How's the Kleenex? Brian. So you say that the Secret Service want to drill. What do you mean by that?
They were apparently doing a drill there, apparently, basically at that school, for some sort of, some sort of drill. Anyways, again, I need to do a little more research on this stuff, but basically, my understanding, the problem is, this is the deal. Okay. The problem is, it's information. Okay, we get information through sources which hopefully we can trust.
Hi, that's me.
Right?
Hi, hello.
I might be able to help in this.
But I can explain
hold on. Tori can help with this. Hold on, Tori. Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Okay.
January 23rd in Benton, Kentucky, a coworker of mine's child was killed at school.
Oh wow!
Yikes.
Okay.
Someone that I work with, child, was shot at one of the school shootings. There were 2 children shot and killed, and like 18 injured.
Oh bloody hell!
I also know the family of the other child that died.
Right.
I can verify it was not a false flag.
Okay, I'm not saying there wasn't deaths. Let me be clear with this, right?
And also, we were at a school shooting here back in the 90s.
Right.
Right before Columbine, 3 girls were killed. I worked with one of the girls' sisters.
Right. Okay. So
I can verify 2 school shootings within 10 miles of my house.
Okay.
Hold on. So hold on. What we've learned there is Tori was close to both of these incidents. Write that down, Bev. Write that down. We may need that information.
Yes. I can't write things right now.
Lee, you know damn well that Ben's not going to write anything down. Have you read the show notes, man?
Yeah, but I do like listening to the next excuse of the reasons why he isn't writing things. Anyway, so Brian, you were going. All I'm saying.
Okay.
So you're saying it's a false flag. I'm saying it's being used very quickly.
Well, what I'm trying to say is,
I would agree with that.
dare I say this? I'm not, and this is the same point of a 9/11. Okay, I'm not saying people didn't die. To be very clear about this, to everybody's respect of all the loved ones who died on these situations, just like the many wars we've been in, which have been nonsense anyways and lies. Okay, I mean, when I'm saying lies, when I say false flag, I don't mean a sense of nothing bad happened. To be very clear about across anything. Okay. What I'm saying is there people are my point is there are people that control the news media basically that are controlling the flow of information, okay? That are using these events, they're staging town halls with BS crisis actors anyways, and stage people basically into these situations which are trying to push an evil narrative, which will get millions of more people killed, basically. Okay,
you see, I would say, that
versus that, and the fact is, the incompetence of our government is at record levels of insanity at this point. If it turns out the fact that they did warn. There've been all these kind of warnings going on. Basically, the bells are going off very loudly, basically about this kid that did the shitting, and nothing was done for this kid, basically. You see, and so and the idea that see something, say something. I'm sorry, you're full of crap. Basically, then these stupid announcements they play on the trains and the subway and the tube, basically, whatever. See it said it's sort of. Basically your case, but but the point is basically, yours is better basically. But anyways, no, the point is it's very frustrating because what I see happening is I see people that are being brainwashed into becoming sheep anyways and not standing up for themselves and taking care of responsibility for their own actions.
Yeah, Ben.
Meaning, meaning saying, okay, and Australia, there you go, Australia, Ben, with them giving up the guns, basically, the idea that because in your country anyways, Lee, the knife crime is a major problem basically there. You have other sort of problems happen there too,
see, this is the problem.
Did not go away. You have acid attacks in London basically. These things are not, this is, and hammers, and that kind of stuff are being used.
Well, let me jump in here. Hold on. So I think there's two problems here. There's two problems. So one, like you're saying, is
I want to finish the last thing of it. I want to say in Israel, basically, I'm going to say where they did arm the teachers and other things like that. And then the shootings went away, basically. Basically, my point is it pisses me off the fact that we actually are allowing schools the retardedness idea. I'm going to say it the way I'm going to say it here, of the idea that spaces in the fact that laws that people believe work, which you have to do basically say, look, at the end of the day, we don't want schools to become soft targets. Okay. Meaning the fact that places where, if somebody has bad ideas and stuff, they feel like they're going to have free reign. And that's kind of like what they have now. They have free reign basically. And it is so frustrating because it's like, no, if you got picked on as a kid, or if you're basically in one of the situations where you're going to feel like you're going to lash out basically, well, you know what, I want at least to have some sort of thought in the person's head, just like the criminal scum that's going to come in and try to rob a liquor store. Well, it's going to be in some area where they have guns, where the shopkeep can have a gun. I'd like to make sure that the career is short, let's just say. Okay. So
here's an idea. Pick up a guitar.
Yes, okay, thank you.
See, Ben, you should have done that years ago. So basically the scenario, all that strummy, fingery, that'd been great for you. That'd be great outlet.
I did pick up a guitar years ago.
Yeah, what happened? Dear, oh dear.
I can still play.
Are we still talking about the guitar? Anyway, the point is,
I think the problem with Ben was he wasn't picking up what he was putting down.
Oh, hence the Kleenex issue. Yeah. Anyway, so basically, that tickled. So basically, what I'm thinking is just maybe, we've got two problems here. Yes. The one is that the world is clinical. It's so dry and boring, and everything is legislated or pigeonholed and that kind of crap. So it means that there is no substance anymore. It's very kind of bland. So
it's like YouTube.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Jeez. So
YouTube's great. What are you talking about? YouTube's great. I love
it does
YouTube.
Feel that it's like it's getting to a point where if you're conditioned to some extent that it's like, no, you can't do this because of that, and vice versa. And it's like this whole kind of utopian way of doing things, as it were. Of course, you're going to get people who are going to snap at some point, because it's like you can't be monotone all the time. To some extent.
That's what,
and then flip on the flip side of that, on the second point, is that similarly, you can't also have a scenario where you're dumbing down emotions by X amount of pharmaceutical drugs. And like, what is it now? Like 70% of America has now got pharmaceutical drugs, or some subscription generally going on there.
You can't get an accurate count of the other kinds of drugs that aren't exactly, Well, let's just say half the people are on drugs.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, the statistic that I saw this week was that 70% of the population of America are on some sort of official prescription of some kind.
Now the question is that you have to separate that out, obviously, because when you look at statistics, just like the gun crimes and everything else.
Yeah, you've got to be careful. But I mean,
people love on the left, the evil people on the left. I was wanting to call it because they want people to be sheep, anyways. They conflate mass shooting type gun crime numbers, or any sort of like murder kind of thing where, with suicide basically. And how many people actually do that with guns, which is basically, so they'd actually conflate those numbers basically to make the numbers look larger anyways than they actually are as far as the danger of guns basically.
Well,
right?
that's a discussion that's
so what my point I'm trying to say is
wait,
my point I was trying to go to, but the drugs I'm trying to say is you have situations where people are taking drugs just to survive anyways, to say, okay, well, which one could say maybe they shouldn't, maybe they die off. Maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they shouldn't, and that way they die off, for the species is better, right? The human race is better because people with weak genes die off, right?
Well, that's neither here nor there, though. No.
But I'm saying, with regard to the drugs, I'm saying, but the other side of it is the drugs that actually really is the concern is people are on the ones that help with the drugs that help them with their psychological problems anyways, right? Those are ones that I'm more concerned about the question of, well, you see with depression and everything else. Well, you have to ask yourself, why would they be depressed? Maybe it's because external forces are maybe it's really because it gets down to the fact that we have people that are living, our society now is so sick, basically. I'm going to say this the way it is, that we've put trannies and gays and other people's needs but in front of the straight people, basically. In front of, I'm going to call it the normal people that are mentally okay, basically. I'm not going to
hold on. So what are you saying?
And again, to be clear with this, and I don't want people that are having problems or people that are gay or transsexual or whatever to be teased and picked on in society, anything else. But the difference here is that when you rearrange society and make these single mothers,
we're jumping all over the ship,
basically, society, basically.
We're jumping
all
over.
This is what happens, anyways.
So
yeah, I know you're
at. What's going on, Lee?
Well, okay, tinfoil moment time. So basically, what I'm saying is this, and I do enjoy our little conversation with the Bigoted Dog Man. I do enjoy it. Because
I enjoy talking.
I do, exactly, because I
enjoy your posts on Facebook/Twitter.
Is he's a beautiful stalker. I wish others would do the same. Now the thing is this, on that front, straights do beware. It does sound like there are professional woolly woofers trying to reverse into you at some point, because they seem to be in front of the straights and normals, it sounds like. So be careful. There may be buttocks rubbish nearby. Secondly,
are you telling me that there will be dire straits?
There might be. You be warned. Kleenex apart from Australia, because there's a national shortage. But I mean, Kleenex at the ready. And secondly, I think
there's a shortage.
There is a shortage, Ben. There is a shortage, and you know it.
There is
Crunchy tissue alert. There is a shortage. And one of these days, they're going to realise it's you, Ben.
Thanks again, Olympics.
Jeez. Oh, don't get me started. Oh, okay, very quickly on the Olympics. I am sick and tired of the Winter Olympics.
Thank you.
There is nothing to perv over. Not that I would watch the Olympics to perv, because
really?
I'm a responsible adult. But I mean, but there is normally there's Lycra or something, so you go, hello, jiggle.
Well,
you know what I mean?
The skating sometimes, maybe you're not into girls anyways, so that's the thing anyway,
you
right?
Racist. Now the thing is this. So basically, I'm there and I'm flicking. I turn on the TV because I was like, I've got to cook some dinner. I've got some stew and dumplings. I need to warm that up in the slow cooker and stuff. Let me get ready. So in the kitchen, I'll turn on the TV to have some noise in the background, right? So I turn that on, and it was BBC One. It's like women's curling You know, that stupid stones, throwing them across ice. Because the Scottish have only got 2 sports that they ever gave out. Golf, which is stupid, and curling, as if it's like a thing. So it was like Great Britain versus Japan, I think it was. So I'm like, okay, right, this is not a thing that I'm interested in. I've never really had a fetish for rocks, Ben, as you know. I only watch the Olympics as someone fit in like lycra prancing about like a tit. That's my bare minimum. For paying attention.
Very dishonorable.
How dare you? You can see my hands at all times, Tori. I don't see what the problem. And I've got access to Kleenex. Now, the point is this, unlike some people, the thing is this, is I'm watching it. I'm like, this is a big pile of donkey turd. I'm not watching this. So I decided, you know what? I'll flick through the news channels. So I'm flicking through the news channels. And it's like, I think it's like 20 to the hour or something like that. And so I just happened to flick across the BBC News, and there it was like, okay, killer snow is coming. The beast from the east. They've labelled this one, which is
really,
yes,
really.
What tits? Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming from
nice.
Russia. Oh, the Russians are now trying to kill us with snow. Oh, the close-eyed goits shake of angry fist. The beast from the east, it's going to be coming, hitting on like Monday night, and it's going to be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, possibly Friday. Oh, this hasn't been this cold. It's going to be -8 since 5 years ago. I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness, 5 years, Brian. 5 years, Tori. That's half the English population was wiped out when it was that cold. Oh no, not 5 years ago. Oh my goodness, no one survived then. Jeez. So they're like, but first, here's some sport news, and I'm like, my back's to the TV, so I'm like, oh, because I'm stirring the pot. I'm like, I'll get to the remote in a second. So they're like, also at the moment we're currently, staff reasons, Olympics medals, blah blah blah. Currently they're doing the curling. Here's a live feed from the curling, and I turn around, and it's the same as what's on BBC One. I'm thinking to myself, I got away from BBC One. If I wanted to watch it. It's the first channel you get to on the TV. I've skipped past that to channel 200 and something to get to News. If I was that interested, I would have gone back to channel 1, because it is channel 1 instead of 230 something. It's a slight difference there, a big void in the difference there. So I'm like, okay, they'll shut up about this. And then it went on to like some footy ball and stuff, and it's like, yeah, whatever, this is blah, 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 blah. And then they gave me an update. Oh, before we go back to your news, which you're kind of wondering why have we stopped going to the news? You know, there's no lycra around. What's the point of even acknowledging the Winter Olympics? Suddenly they're like, oh, look, back to the curling. Here's a live feed of the curling. I'm thinking, I got away from the curling. I don't care about the curling. Why are you giving me curling? So that's kind of. I'm annoyed by the Winter Olympics. I don't know.
I haven't seen this much curling since that manscaping incident.
Oh, no, don't remind me about the manscaping incident. But generally, I don't understand. I don't understand why this is constantly pushed down. Because I'm like, it's like bowling. How is bowling a sport in America? It's like you throw stuff around on an ice rink. It's like
you
indoor
put the
bowls.
stuff in the bowl and you fire it up.
It's like, for goodness sake, guys. All right, you're chucking a stone across from one side to the other. Congratulations for finding like a place, and you're like cleaning the ice as you go.
Your ball.
But geez, stop bashing on about it. All right. So I flicked a channel.
We get it.
And on Sky News, because I accidentally went down instead of up to go through the channels, and then went up like down the channel. I was like, Sky News live. We're currently at the Winter Olympics. They currently do curling. It's like, what's such a fascination about winter and curling?
To be fair, Lee,
yes?
If I may make an argument for bowling,
okay,
the shot put is a legitimate track and field event, and it's pushing a ball through the air, whereas bowling is pushing a ball on the ground.
Now, if they did the pushing through the air to the skills,
bowling is shot put for idiots.
Oh, I see. Now, if they did bowling like shot put, now that would be interesting. That would be an interesting sport. Ben, would you agree? Trying to get a strike?
What's the difference?
Never go bowling with Ben.
No. It's obviously the first. Well, first off, there's lycra involved, so already we're on an up.
Okay.
You spin around and round and round, and then you throw a ball in the air, and you're trying to get as far as you can. Is that the athletics? Yeah. And then you've got bowling, which is the 10-pin bowling, or you can get indoor greens bowling, but which is
you could wear lycra while bowling.
I'm surprised they wouldn't let you near the lanes, Ben. If you walked up to your local 10-pin and like, hello, mate, itch crotch. I'm here to do some bowling in your leotard. I don't think they'll allow you to do it. They're like, there's children here. We wouldn't want to put them off their chips and burger. It's like, all right. They wouldn't let you in, Ben.
Yeah, they're real big on collared shirts. Some would call them bowling shirts.
You never heard of bowling lycra now, have you, Ben? No, actually.
Now, if you want to bring some polyester pinstripe pants in there, that's fine.
Oh, I can feel the static from here.
Basically the same thing, right?
Some hip huggers.
Now you're talking. Preach to me, Tori. Preach to me. Go on, mate. But yeah, so no
leather shoes.
Just the best. Tori, we're on a winner there. Ben, if you ever turn up, they'll probably shoot you.
Yeah.
You know, 10-pin bowling. If you went up to your local 10-pin bowling lane in your lycra, in your leotard, they'll probably shoot you just to prevent you from coming in.
They would shoot you if they can aim well enough while they're laughing at you.
Well, that would be the laughing. It's like, how many pairs of socks are down there? You can see the Adidas.
That's no 10-pin.
There hasn't been a strike down there for years. Anyway, the point is, there's definitely a spare. All we're saying, Ben, is that, please go down there and film it, you turning up in Lycra.
I'm not saying I'm going to do it.
Find out where they store the gutter balls.
Screw that. I mean, you could do it.
What about me? It's your idea, Ben. I'm right behind
wants to make bowling more like shot put.
Making bowling more like shot put.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to make this is where we got wrong. I wanted to make shot put more like bowling. So you're chucking it towards some pins in the field.
Oh, okay.
What a douche. So
I may have misread something there.
Really? If you weren't playing more like your solitaire and more like focusing on what we're talking about, that would be much easier, wouldn't it?
I want Ben to keep on playing more of his game he's playing now. It's a good game.
Is it a good? Is he on the ropes with his solitaire? Woo! Oh dear, crazy.
Not yet.
Living it large, Ben. Living it large. So in extra dirty, while we're because we it's that time of the hour already. I didn't even realise.
Wow.
I could read that because I have my glasses on, Ben. I have my glasses on. I could see the screen over there.
We get to talk about glasses as well, basically here.
Well, we've done that. All right. Thanks for listening, Brian.
I'm sorry.
Cheers, Brian. I know it's 4 a.m. over there, but geez, Brian. God. Set your alarm earlier, Brian.
Very, very close. 6 a.m. basically. But yeah, exactly. You're 7 now.
You're lucky I had acknowledged time difference. Because we all know it's a lie.
Friend of the show.
Yeah. It's all made up time around the world. You might as well why don't you just go like GMT? It's much easier. Instead of making up your own. It's like, it's official. We made time. Why break it? Why are you breaking it?
Time in WA is the best.
In WA, it's 10:56 p.m. right now.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
why WA time is the best is because midday, like solar noon, matches almost exactly 12 p.m. It's great.
Yawn. Anyway, so basically, on Extra Day, thanks Ben for that insight. That was beautiful.
No worries.
Really, you should come back again sometime.
I'm sure I will.
So lunar time is
again.
Exactly the same time. Tori, that's really lunar. So basically, coming up on Extra Dirty, I'm looking forward to more Ben facts that really will keep us alive and sprightly as we continue. I hope he's got them logged.
Ben facts.
Ben facts. Oh yes, please. Please, more Ben facts. Preferably more about lunar time, if you wouldn't mind. I'm really, slightly sexually aroused.
Solar time.
I sincerely hope we're keeping most of the Ben facts for the paid portion of the program.
Oh, definitely. Oh, yes, via Patreon. Yeah. Definitely, and also coming up, I'm starting a new religion at the moment. We're doing very well.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, I thought, exactly. Yeah, we just, got distracted a little bit. So it's very exciting times. I'm going to make sure that we write it to ensure that Ben is maximum amount of offended by it. So that'll be fun. So that'd be lovely to talk about. And I'm sure Tori's got things to say with his new voice. Are you able to sing yet, Tori? Because I suspect this is why you broke your voice.
Oh, I care not to speculate on such things, Lee.
That's a yes. Have you been going to
Speculation is for fools.
No. I'll tell you exactly what happened. Basically, he was singing along to one of his yet another Fish concerts that middle-aged men go to in America. And suddenly his vocal cords snapped and broke it.
Yeah, Fish is known for their lyrics.
Yes. He was humming along, headbanging, playing with breasticles. The usual.
Wasn't my head.
Nice.
It wasn't, no. Mincing fairy. So basically, we're going on to X30. I'm sure that'll be lovely. Anyone want to promote anything while we're here?
I'd like to promote the Booking the Territory podcast.
Why, thank you.
I'd like to promote Ben's live stream.
No one cares about that, Brian. No one cares.
Fargoth_AU
No
on
one
Twitch.
just Fargay. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
On air, online, on demand, on the move. DirtyBoxers.net.
Lovely, yes.
I do enjoy the fact that
sorry I missed the front of the show, but you were talking with the glasses, I guess,
fine.
right? So
That's
I
all
see
right.
you figured out how to
miss
clean
anything.
I see you figured how to clean them and everything, right?
no, I haven't got. Oh, don't get me started about that, Brian. There's a lot of confusion going on with these new fucking specs now. It's just very.
I'm sure.
It's just like crazy shenanigans. They said they're wiped clean, but they're not.
Did you get I guess the question would be like not not bifocals. They're probably just regular, just nearsighted, far-sighted type, right? Glasses, right?
They're glasses. They try to con me with the anti-glare.
I was going anti-glare. That's what I was thinking about. Thank you. Yeah.
And I'm like, nah. Why do I need anti? Because it sounded like it was quite a big push. That's where they're going to get their commission. The woman that was talking to me, I was like, nah, because she got a special fucking lens from behind the counter.
Just
huge
curious,
fucking thing it was.
Is this something to be covered in our NHS? I'm just curious as far as your socialized medicine, or not.
You smell that, Ben? Yeah, a little bit of Brian cuntiness just there. That socialist label, right? Yeah.
I feel he's just prying as to if you're going for something of more of a designer look. I expect it to be out of pocket.
Yeah.
Right.
I paid for my. I'm not in a specific. Like, it's free. So if you're under the age of 18, still a full-time student, unemployed, or like that you're on certain benefits, then you can get your prescription glasses and stuff for free or a lower reduced rate.
So they do have programs, basically, but it's not from the GP.
A tax-paying authority. I paid for whack because I am part of the system. I went with the system. I was like, yes, I'll pay.
The free glasses over there have a nose and a mustache attached to them.
Yeah.
They are sensual. Sensual. I wish I could afford them. That's the only downside. You can't get the freebie ones if you're paying. You can't get them. Sorry, they won't allow you. It's like, this is how we mark the sponging bastards. And I was like, I want to be a sponging bastard. Why can't I be? I was like, racism, Ben.
It's funny bastard. Me too, Muslim. So the different story.
Don't. I don't. No, bro. You apologize for any M word that you just said there. How dare you? How dare you? No, we're not doing that.
Or a product, or you could talk about the single mother homes basically that causes school shootings. Anyways, there you go. That's another part. So.
Oh my fucking god, Brian! Would you like to give
out
your?
By the way, you are aware that basically much everything one of these school shootings in the United States, the kid is from a broken home, right?
Yeah, 10 seconds. So we know all that shit, but let's have a bit of fun, shall we? Here we go. Hold on, 2, 1.
The Dirty Boxers show has ended. Warning. The following program is not safe for work. I repeat, the following program is not safe for work. The subject matter discussed will be of a frank and very frank nature. You will be offended. You will be intrigued. And you may be turned on a little bit. The participants are real. Their language is real. Their anger is real. Things are about to get extra dirty.
Babe.
Hold on. Just a damn minute. Hold on. I'm not going to sit here. And I'm not going to sit here while Big Voice Shay tells me that I have to be offended. I wait a minute.
He's not really here.
Fair point made. I was offended.
Babe. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Extra Dirty and all that bollocking good shit. I don't know what the fuck tour is on right now. My name's Lee. Hello. That one there's a Ben. Hanger.
Hello.
How are you, Fargay?
Fargoth. _AU.
Did you actually change your name? Did you change your Twitter handle because I kept calling you? Yeah, was it because you were coming across as
Thanks for noticing, Lee.
A far distant poofter? Is that what you were like reasoning? Is that what?
I was getting a bit tired of that. Yeah,
but I was getting so good at it. Fargay. It's like
I was getting tired of it though.
It's not because wasn't that I was practicing in the shower or anything, Ben, at all. No, how dare you? Where the acoustics are brilliant.
It's not practicing when you do it as much as you do.
Well, that's what she said. But I mean, generally speaking, you can go back. It's fine. I'll let you do it. Okay, Ben.
I prefer Fargoth _AU actually.
Yeah, but it's shit.
I prefer Fargoth _AU.
I prefer Fargoth _AU myself.
You're all bastards.
Or WA. You could do WA would be another one, right?
Nah, no, I prefer just using Australia.
Or NZ.
Australia. But I'm not New Zealand.
You are, you fucking fake Kiwi bastard. How dare you?
I just thought you might want to hide your location, Ben.
Nah, Australia's pretty big.
Yeah,
that'll be all right.
There were so many words.
Compared to a tiny island like England,
there were so many words he could end that sentence with. Australia is pretty ... twatty, cunty, bastardry. But he went with big.
Could have went with full stop. Australia is pretty.
Pretty? Oh, so pretty. Gay. But no, it's
Fargoth.
He's far gone. That's what it is.
_AU.
Just see, it doesn't even ring off the fucking tongue there, man, isn't it? That's no wonder you're single. Jeez.
It's a job creator. It took 2 of us to say it.
It's true.
Run out of breath halfway through. Give me the lung.
Because you got to the second syllable.
Fargoth _AU.
It's a more secure name too because it contains an underscore, which is a harder character to have.
Well, but points mean prizes. So we'll start the show in a minute at some point. I'm sure we fucking will. Anyway, thanks for. By the way, there are some dirty lurkers today, whom I prefer not that they would fucking listen. How dare you? Fuck off. You know who you are. Fuck off.
Hi, Sasha Bella.
No, shut up, you. She's the love of my life. Fuck you. How dare you? Stop flirting. Haven't you got like Hello Kelly to play with or something? Can't you go with her or something? You know,
with the bunnies and the cats, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what she says. And the batteries and the. But I mean, like,
I don't want to end up like Mr. Kelly.
What, in the dungeon? I thought it'd be right up your street, personally. You know. Just saying, man. But yeah, there are certain scouty wouty types that are listening right now who keep texting me. Please turn off, fuck off, go away. we don't need your sort around here.
Don't listen to Lee.
We don't
You're
need your
welcome
sort.
here. This is a safe space.
It's a safe space and all that. Oh, fuck off, though. Just go away with your mincing words and your bloody woggle-on show with your judging eyes the next time I see you.
Quite welcome here. Just pull up a seat, take off your shoes, make yourself at home.
Oh,
Beer's in the fridge.
You don't know who we're talking about. You know, you keep the shoes on, man. Fucking hell.
It's an open invitation, Lee.
That's definitely one way of putting it. So we'll start the show in a minute. Yeah, I'm starting a religion, by the way. Very exciting.
We know that.
We're very exciting times. I'm starting a religion. It's called One. Ben, One.
Is it spelled like the victory, like you've won something?
Oh no. That domain's gone. But it's
Is it spelled
ONE.
like the Hispanic version of John?
You see, I was planning to go to call it Anthony, but it turns out my mate Anthony can't pronounce his own name. So I was like, fuck it, I can't do it. Oh wait, I can't say that in the show. Oh no, it's not the show, is it? I can say that now. Yeah. Yeah, he can't say his own name. What a bellend. Brian, can you say Brian?
Brian?
See, easy. Ben, can you say twat?
Twat.
See, easy. Everyone knows.
No. Twat would actually probably end up be somebody else. Not named Ben.
No, twat. Twat.
Twat.
No wonder you don't pull. Tori.
How do you say the word WHAT?
What?
Twat.
No, what?
Twat.
You say what?
What? No, so
What did you say?
So,
I'm gonna start saying what. Because if it's twat, then it's wat.
What's he on about? Ben, this is your department, isn't it? What the fuck is he on about?
No, not my department.
No, you were so quick on the draw there.
Clearly not Ben's department, Lee. It's embarrassing that you even mentioned it.
Oh, I don't know. It's some fucker's fault. That's all I know. The thing is that I, quite simply, understand that most people can say their own name. The fact that Anthony can't say Anthony, but says Anthony is quite
Or Antony.
No.
Or Antony.
No. There's a H there. That's why it's like Anthony. So it's like
sometimes, but you know in English.
I know. There's people who say Anthony.
The H can be silent sometimes, right?
No. Well, there are. If they have a H in it, it's Anthony. If it's not got an H in it, it's Anthony. But he goes Anthony.
Okay.
Funny, like a twat, like an
yes.
Yeah.
Like a symphony.
Exactly. I wish he looked like one as well. That would be nice. But
right.
no, it's just offensive on my eyes. But generally speaking, I was going to call my religion that. It turns out he can't say it, so I've had to revert down to one, as in the number one, to make it nice and simple for him. I think that's the only way to do it. It's simple.
Uno.
Yes. One church. That's what we're calling it. Very simple. Now, you know, back in the day when MCS was a suicidal twat.
I'm
sure.
Yeah, I know we're going back an age there. But when I gave him some lovely advice about my three rules, and it was wonderful and beautiful, and Ben was impressed.
What? I wasn't.
Ben was impressed.
Was impressed. Was not.
Was.
I thought you said wasn't impressed.
That's what I thought you were getting confused by. No, was impressed.
Oh, that doesn't sound like me.
I know. There was this one time
sound like you.
that you was impressed.
Was the operative word was
impressed. It was a Tuesday, Ben. You fucktard. Okay. How dare you? How dare he forget when he was impressed? Don't you all right with me as if I'm your fucking mother? No, you get back in that room and clean your fucking room, you cheeky bastard. There's all those crunchy tissues. There's people.
My room's clean.
There's people in fucking Queensland who are dying for a fucking Kleenex. Look at all the crunchy fuckers in your room. How dare you, Ben? How dare you? No wonder there's a national shortage of Kleenex. There's a national shortage of Kleenex, Brian. I don't know if you know. In Australia at the moment, there's a national.
Well, I certainly hope they don't deport that issue, because there'll be a lot of missing less socks.
That's true. That is true.
Why would it not be the right sock? That's the question.
How do you know
Because
it's
it's
the left
never
or the
the
right?
wrong sock.
Oh.
But oh, the hi hat's so high. No, it can't reach. So
That's why they bring me in here, folks. That's a
It's the number
professional
3.
pun.
Sorry.
can't reach the hi hat there. It's just it was good, but just not that good. But you know, I can't be fucking bothered to reach
Please
it.
not coordinated for a badoom.
I am not coordinated now. Wow.
Enough. Enough.
Your Jingle Palette app basically needs to be updated.
Are you
Ben
not a
can't
drummer?
remember the last time he was
Ginger
impressed with me.
Steve. Yeah, Ginger Steve. Now, there's your drummer. There's
Oh.
your drummer.
Wanker
Lee,
more
you're
like.
no
Yeah.
drummer.
I drum a beat. Don't start with me. I'm practically black. Yeah, I'm practically brack with my rhythm stick. How dare you? I can speak.
yeah.
Shut up.
We all wish we hadn't seen that video, Lee. Now, you've got to stop with this delusion. You're not good.
But I have a rhythm stick. You can't deny it. I have a rhythm stick thing going on
Get
there.
down off the desk. No one wants to see you hurt.
You saw my rhythm stick, didn't you, Tori?
Well, I mean, that's, you know, you're kind of building it up a little bit. It's more of a twig.
There was the fine. I'll get there. Fine. So Ben was impressed with me once. It was a Tuesday.
That's good.
Yeah. Where I, you know, sorted out MCS. Now I think Ben regrets the fact that, you know, the aftermath of
If
that.
only there were some lasting effects to that.
Yeah, but you know, I think in the moment, he was like, "Wow, that was deep, man. That was deep," as if he was like some sort of hippie. That was fucking brilliant, man. That was fucking deep. That was fucking great, man. That's good shit. Good shit.
Good shit, man.
You know, before he, you know, became a bastard. You know, before we corrupted him from thousands of miles away.
I'm not that bad.
No, you're great. You're a beautiful human
Mid-laundry
being.
pile.
But yeah, exactly. But there was a time when you were just like, you're such a mummy's boy. It fucking hurt. And then, and now you've been corrupted to the likes of us. That we like you better now.
He bit the apple.
Exactly. Pre-circumcision also available. Now the thing is this. So there was that time. So that's the basis of my new religion, right? Very exciting too. However, this is the excitement. This is the bit where Brian's like going to get semi, right? Brian, you might want to get a cushion.
I am.
Yeah, okay, good. He's going to get.
I like how you say he's gonna get a semi.
He's going to get a semi. You know,
like he doesn't have one already.
well, it's he's at that age. I know it's early over there, but come on. He hasn't seen a morning wood for fucking decades at this point. Jesus Christ. That's why I'm so thankful I'm still getting them, Ben. I have a nice conversation. Do you have a conversation with your cock in
It's
the
always
morning?
nice to be thankful for the little things.
Exactly. So I'm like, when I see, oh look, he's come and said hello. Hello, mate. You're right. You're still there. Good old boy. You know. And then on with my day, you know, as you do. I'm assuming everyone else does. Is it going to get a point where I'm like, I'm going to be the fucking blue pill brigade? It's like, fair enough. It happens to all of us. But, you know what I mean? It's like, while you still can fucking naturally get a slap on the fucking belly button, you might as well say hello. You know what I mean? Ben, do you say hello? Do you have an affectionate moment with your cock?
Or is
it just violence? Just violently cranking one out.
I don't think I've ever quanked, to be honest.
Acting like it owes you money.
Spit me some Tic Tacs. Fucking good. Fucking butter. Vivid reenactment of Ben there.
Doesn't sound like me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we didn't want to get sued.
Well, yeah,
That's good.
Exactly. So all I'm saying is, Ben's a quanker, and then not to be confused with the Quaker Oats. That's something entirely different. But he's wanking.
No, I disagree with this.
What part?
What is a quanker, anyways?
It's when you're crying and wanking at the same time. Right?
Oh.
So I just disagree with the crying bit, basically.
Violently quanking. It sounds exactly like you, Ben. Sorry, Ben. Yeah, it sounds like.
No, it doesn't sound anything like me at all.
How dare you? Sorry, Brian. You are trying to say something.
You're wrong, Lee. You're wrong.
I don't believe you. So, Brian.
You're wrong, though.
So it's Brian half the time, but I still, I still let him talk.
I'm sure I'm more right than wrong, honestly.
Oh, see, notice the difference there? Notice the difference. If you spent half your time stop violently cranking, Ben, you'd be like almost a Buddha-like creature like Brian. So humble. I'm sure you'll find I was perfect all the way through that. Yeah, okay, Brian, it's fine. I'm sorry. How dare I? But, oh dear. So, Ben, we were saying, yeah, I've started a new religion. I've started it, and I think Brian's going to really be quite impressed by this. Are you
depressed?
I'm just waiting for him to come back with his cushion. Have you got your cushion yet? I don't want you to poke yourself in the eye with the amazement of excellence that you're fucking gonna hear here. I don't want you to suddenly have to register yourself on some sort of database for the blind or something because suddenly poach yourself.
He's already registered there. It's fine.
Okay, all right. So now, admittedly, I've had another great idea this morning. In the sense that I'm going to have to go back and review some bits and make it, as offensive to Ben as possible. That was a new thing that I had thought about. I was like, I forgot to piss over Ben's parade. So I need to go back and rewrite a few things, Ben. I hope you understand. So this is just like
go back and crank it up a bit.
Exactly. No, Ben, not now. It's just a statement. It's a speech. He was talking to me. It's fine, isn't it? So
I'm not planning to crank
it. All right.
No one plans to, Ben. It just sort of happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
It's probably a bit sore now, bloody and pussy. It's it's fine. It's okay. Have
you heard the Ozzy Osbourne song "No More Tears"? You'll know that
it's based on Ben's life.
I don't think I've heard this song.
Really?
I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
It should be out any day now, Ben, to be honest with you. Down in Aussie land, it should be any day.
It's Aussie and Aussie.
That'd be beautiful. Would the vortex open if Aussie went to Aussie land? Would that be some sort of...
I'm not sure.
Is that what the Freemasons want? Is Aussie, and if we send Aussie to Aussie, then the Dark Lord will come back. Is that where? Idea. We should put that on the to-do list of things that if we get bored. See if it happens. Sorry,
maybe they're going to do that for Ozzy's 66th farewell tour.
We can combine it with Cher. It'll be a double whammy.
Really, I'm going away. Okay, yeah, we get it. You're going away for good.
And then we could. Oh, hold on. We can add Madonna in there as well, as hopefully wishful thinking. She'll fuck off eventually. No,
seriously, this time it's it. That's it, guys. Seriously,
no more.
No, seriously.
No, this
seriously,
is it.
We're done. After
we are
this
done.
one. We will not be coming back to tour with a new greatest hits album.
Oh wait, how much is the mortgage? Oh fuck! All right, go on, lads.
I'd like to announce the new coming tour next year.
Yeah, why are you packing that away? No, put it back on the bus. Stop unpacking the bus. We go back out, guys.
Keep the wheels on the amps.
Anyway, so the basic premise is obviously the 3 rules that we discussed ages ago. However, this is the beautiful thing, and I cannot believe people like Alex Jones and all those fuckers, the wig wearer and the Joan and all those twats. I don't understand why they haven't gone down this route, because it's such a beautiful understanding and brilliance. Okay. Brian, have you got your cushion yet? Because health and safety, I've given you enough fucking warning.
Sure, I do.
Right, okay, right. So basically, the Agenda 21, Ben. Have we all heard about this story? Agenda 21, the UN.
My nipples are hard.
That's the one. That's the one where they're taking away land from farmers, right?
That's the one. Yeah, something sustained stability kind of development bullshit, kind of buzzy word bollocks. Yeah, the ones where they're taking the farmer land and they're dumbing down and fluoride in the water and blah blah blah, all that shit, all in there, right? That's the big kind of fucking bibble of their, agenda. Agenda 21.
It's the one to be scared of.
Yeah. So, we're currently working it. Okay, we're currently working it out at the moment. Very exciting times. But we're making the opposite our religion. Whatever the Agenda 21 says, the opposite is what our religion says to do.
So salt the fields and burn down the corn.
Yes, basically. See what I'm saying? Now, okay, Brian, are you sexually aroused now? Are you realizing what we're saying? So,
yes.
So we're like, okay, we instead of putting shit in our water, no, we need pure water. It has to be filtered. It has to be pure water. No fluoride, no all that bollocks. It has to be pure water. You're going to drink water. Same with foods. It can't be GM foods. It can't be all that kind of shit.
The opposite be only fluoride, no water.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Fuck off, Tori. So basically, it's you always have to piss on our parade. But we're on a good terms here. We're good fucking work here.
I always have to correct your language because you get things wrong.
Twat.
Like herb.
It's a fucking H. Herb. Jesus Christ. Even Brian sounds half like decent now. He's spelling it right. Look at you.
Or herb, either way you want to say it.
Brian really can go off you sometimes. So basically, that's what the idea is. It's like, you see what I'm saying? It'd be fucking brilliant. They want to live in like tiny houses and they like live in cities and shit and like there's small fucking boxed blocks of flats and apartments.
Well, okay. No. So as far as the tiny houses go, basically, that kind of reminds me of what I understand happens in Japan, right? Yes. With Tokyo and everything, right? And so it can work. But the problem basically is that there are a lot of challenges there. And if we're talking about single people, just because everything's being atomized, because again, you talk about women's getting rights, therefore it leads us down this dark path of everyone living on their own anyways. But
damn you women. Yeah, sorry, go you were saying.
No, damn you stupid beta cuck guys anyways. They're stupid anyways. They don't understand human nature anyways and why women should never have been allowed to vote anyway. It's a whole different story. But anyways.
Yeah, Ben. Sorry, go on, you say.
Unarmed privileges versus anyways.
Hold on. Ben, are you a cuck?
No.
Aren't you? Why not? Why aren't you a cuck?
Because I'm not married.
No, exactly. Ben's good. I like Ben. He's good.
You're trying to groom him into yourself, Brian.
He's got you there, Lee.
No, but it's not.
You can't be a cuck if you're not married, Lee.
I thought it was just like dominated women kind of like having to pander down to the bullshit like womb worship bollocks. I thought that's what it was. It wasn't.
Oh, I guess that's like figuratively, I guess.
Yeah, so you are a cuck, you cuck. Right, so
I don't bow down to any women.
Yeah, we noticed
that shit.
I know, I've noticed.
No, exactly. Like I said, I tell you, I'm sorry.
I tell you what, all you need to do, Ben, is to please, and eventually Tori, we will have to go down there if he won't do it himself. Go and get some pussy,
I
Ben.
only go down when I choose to.
Get some fucking pussy, Ben. It's desperately needed. You're getting to a point where we have to intervene at this point. Get some putang, as the cool kids say.
I mean, I did go on Tinder for a while.
Get some minge, Ben.
And I did, it was just like, I don't know, just didn't do much for me.
Good.
Sorry, the pussy didn't do much. Why didn't it do much for you? Fucking gay.
I don't know. I just never kind of called them back later. They weren't interesting to me.
See, Ben.
So hold on, whoa. So hold on. So the minge wasn't interesting to you. What do you want from it? Fucking sock pop it? Fucking bang it, plow it like a fucking putang.
I mean, yeah. I just never called the girl back later.
I assume, was the drama too much? Is because that's usually the problem that comes up with women.
No. It just wasn't really interested anymore.
There's a lot of hours that pass between knocking boots. I mean, other things become important.
Right. Have you had some cock yet, Ben?
No.
Well, you need
I'm
to
not
go.
Interested in that already.
Well. To be honest, you have to then go back to your fucking god and then have a third option. Because quite frankly,
no. I mean, the pussy was nice and everything. Okay.
It was nice. Oh, okay. Was it just the rest of it connected to it?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Do you have what was wrong with it?
So I don't know. There's just There's just nothing really to it.
To that female woman with jiggly bits.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, Ben.
Oh, hold on. So, hold on. We're suddenly learning.
Then I might.
Go on, Brian. Ask him questions. Get him questions.
I was going to say.
Get the fuck.
No, I was going to say. No. I was going to say. Well, maybe it's better off that you. If you really want that kind of thing, then maybe just get a sex doll, basically, and you'll be set.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Well, no, but I bring it up because
I would actually like to be in a relationship, but I just haven't found it.
Hold on, let me find MCS. Because like it's been a month or so since we've had a story about his fleshlight. Well, we'll go back.
He sold his.
Oh, is he? So you could have got a cheap one there, Ben. Would you buy a second-hand fleshlight, Ben?
No.
Why not?
Fuck that.
Because you can use it in your first hand.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if
I would rather not.
I mean, like, if
they can't be that expensive.
Tori, how much is a fleshlight?
How much? I'm just going to say I don't know.
How much? No. How much is a fleshlight? I bet Ben, you've got me an idea, right?
Look,
fleshlight.
They legit can't be that expensive. They're plastic, right? Or whatever they're made of. I don't know.
PPE basically, or silicone usually, something like that.
You know too much, right? So
he read that on the back of the box.
So what I'm saying is, surely, if it's just like silicone and all that bullshit. And you kind of, I think you use the dishwasher, what I can gather. You whack it in the dishwasher and it
well,
like,
the thing about silicon is it's no stick.
Exactly, it's slip. That's good to know, Tori. So, why wouldn't you, if you cleaned it professionally and all the, the
I'm seeing one here. I'm seeing one here for $39.95, another one for $58.95 anyway.
Oh,
so.
we got.
So that's like not something I'd ever buy secondhand.
Why not though?
Well, you wouldn't.
What is it? Is it because some other fucker has spunked into it, or
Yes.
No, but I mean, like, if you, that's the thing.
Yes.
There's no difference to that to me.
There's a simple answer to this question, Lee.
Hold on. So there's hold on. No, Brian, shut the fuck up for a second. Hold on. So
let Lee go.
What I'm saying, because that's no difference to if you bang the fucking village bike. There is no difference. Some other cock has been up there. So I'm like, if you cleaned it, if you've done it correctly, there is no like residue of the previous cock there. It's basically freshly cleaned. What's the hang up? It's just it. It's just a fleshlight. It doesn't matter where it's been because it's all the disease, all the previous owner has fucking been washed away. Literally. So what's the difference? That's my point.
Not much really. It's more of a mental thing, I guess.
Well, stop thinking about the previous cock, Ben. No wonder you're not focusing on bang pregnant. Jeez, Ben. There's no helping some people. Jeez.
Golly.
Yeah, there is.
Sorry.
Golly.
So, go on. What was her like? What was she like? Go on. So, go on. When was this? When was this, by the way? Go on. No, what do you mean you don't know?
That was months ago.
Uh-huh. And you didn't tell your bestest friends?
No.
Why didn't you tell your best? Tori, you didn't tell us.
I thought it'd be kind of funny.
Really go off some people. So right, so you.
Yeah.
So how far? So what happened? So you swiped her, you matched.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Then what?
Well, then we went out like once before, and then after that, met up at her place, and that was it.
Ah.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah. Yes.
She wasn't even.
How good was the internet connection at her place?
Oh, that's it. Ah, now it weren't. Okay.
You gotta ask the right questions, Lee.
I thought he was better than this.
You get some revealing answers that way.
Well, I wish you'd put it away if I was being honest. So what you're saying is she wasn't good in the sack? What was wrong with it?
Not really, no.
You do know you're the driving force in this bullshit, right?
Oh yeah, I know, and I was. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But she wasn't good.
He just imagined he was going to the airport.
And he's had lots of practice about that.
She was half Asian, yeah. So
no.
Very dishonorable.
Oh, dear God, man. Why have you learnt your fucking lessons?
Well, that's the thing I did. That's why it was the old, yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
So you went out on a date. So why did you go back? If the date was shit, if she wasn't great. Why did you go back? Is it because like she said
because I was pretty horny?
Well, typically yes, because men have the sex drive 9 times more. Basically,
Ben,
yes,
Ben
that makes
I
sense.
appreciate you being honest and open and lovely, and that's lovely.
I'm looking to get this conversation over as quickly as possible. To be honest.
Here's a top tip for you. Would you mind?
His response was, "Oh, me so horny."
Could you never refer to yourself being horny ever again? Because I was just like, there was a little bit of sick there. Like,
that was, go ahead and kill off all the rhinos. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I was thinking like, man, this is sure to end this conversation.
And it almost did. But the point is,
almost. Damn.
So
unsuccessful.
So
mission
what's she like there? What was she like
next time?
What was she like there? You know, what was like? You had like reasonable, tits and shit. What was going on there? Was it?
Oh no, not really.
He did say she was Asian.
I love the fact how Ben, of all people, is like judging the poor cow. Like, no, she was fucking awful. Have you seen the growth on your chinny chin chin recently?
Yeah.
It's like, my God, it's like no wonder. Like, I'm shocked that Velcro didn't like suddenly like static between you, like you noshing her out. Suddenly, like Velcro lock.
No, I didn't do that.
No, you're fucking. What do you mean you didn't do that? My God, you're a shit shag, Ben. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I wasn't that good either. I don't know. Who am I to judge?
You couldn't leave that beard laying around.
I mean, she didn't call me back either, so this might have been mutual.
Hold on, did she nosh you off though?
For a little bit, yeah.
So hold on, so she noshed you off, but you couldn't be bothered to get Durate noshing her off as well.
Yeah,
you selfish cunt.
Not a sushi fan.
God, get fucking.
Sorry, sashimi.
What the hell is going on with this?
I don't know why you're so up in arms about this.
I'm so I just thought you were
all
better
the
than
people
this,
not to be attentive to a bean.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Did you at least flick it a bit? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did that until she was red raw. Yeah, I'll flick the fucker. Yeah. Well, you could be bothered to kiss it.
Checklist, Lee, of course.
Yeah. You could be bothered to kiss it better afterwards. Oh no.
No.
Yeah, you don't know where
Jump
that.
The neck, check. Squeeze the ass, check. Flip the bean, check. Done.
Foreplay, done.
Basically.
Oh, they say romance is dead, Brian. They say romance is dead.
Yeah.
Oh dear, you kept that fucker quiet. So what happened to the others then? You had a couple matches.
Oh, it wasn't really any others. Didn't really bother after that.
One. You had one bite and you basically kicked her to the curb.
Yeah, I guess so.
Honestly, I just don't even know. But Tori, any ideas? I thought it was a gentleman.
No.
I think that he needs to maybe date further away from where he lives.
Queensland.
Queensland.
Options? I'm giving you options, Ben. What's wrong with Queensland?
People keep inviting me to go to Queensland.
Why didn't you go? You're so racist, Ben. You're such a racist cunt.
I like it here.
They're not all gay up there. It's just the name of the state, man.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, so why
I've been there before.
Oh, yeah, here he goes again. I've been there before. I haven't been there before.
I have.
You haven't.
I have.
Alfie told me you haven't.
Alf's been there too.
Well, he said he's been there, but he told me, verbatim. Nah, you.
He was a lot
to.
younger than me at the time. He still is, but he was like not young enough to really remember it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So, it turns out there's options about the fleshlight. Would you like a vajayjay fleshlight or a butt fleshlight?
I assume the vajayjay one.
Vajayjay one. Let me click on the vajayjay.
Isn't there some miraculous place on this earth where you can have both?
No, because it has to fit in the tube, doesn't it? It has to fit in the tube. Well, there is. It's called going back on fucking Tinder and spreading your seed a bit. But as Ben's frigid, it seems, we're going back to.
Look, maybe I'll get back on it at some point.
Oh my god! What the fuck is all this? This is confusing. This is all very confusing with all the ribs in the middle and shit. There's all different types of like texture bollocks going on here. I don't know what's going on. I'm frightfully confused by all this shit.
Wait, what are you confused by now?
There's like you've got like there's one here. Let me see if I can put it on the intertubes without actually clearly.
Oh,
stating.
you're talking about the fleshlight. You're talking the fleshlight thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the fleshlight, and I'm talking about the like inside. It's not like it's like
it's clear. You can see it clear inside. You're talking, right?
Well, no, not this one. About? Not this one. No, it's got all like ribble bits inside and notches and kind of swirls and stuff.
Exactly.
All these different textures and shit. I'm like, what? I thought they're supposed the whole point of it
for his pleasure.
Exactly.
Damn it.
So I'm trying to work out that doesn't look anything like anything natural going on inside. You know, I thought they were supposed to be kind of like, they feel like it's supposed to be like normal, natural kind of doobly doo.
Okay.
That's what I was always told these were. I was like, it just seems odd.
You could buy the Martian version. It's got a few added options, I think.
Would you like a fucking little green man, Ben?
No, I don't think so.
Racist. I mean, it's fucking racist.
Yeah.
You're sexist. Why wouldn't it be a little green woman?
They never are. That's why they need to bone us, Tori. That's why they keep nicking us, our souls, to breed.
Oh.
How else would you...
I think they might be doing it wrong.
Well, yeah, someone needs to say that's not how you probe us in the anus. That's not where...
That's the wrong hole.
I can imagine they're up there in a spaceship just scratching their head going, where are the babies? Come on.
You haven't scratched my head, the bastard.
Bastard.
And I'm not good enough for you. Absolute rudeness. Sit on the sidelines at prom all over again, Ben. That's what it is. Never asked to dance.
Oh, no.
Because I show him up. That's what the fuck I, all my moves.
What did you do? Did you pull out some Michael Jackson or something?
Oh, a little bit of moonwalk. Yeah, you got to throw that in.
Yeah?
Yeah, not many people can do the fucking moonwalk. That's what you got. Like, oh, yeah, I'll throw this one just for the fun of it,
No, I can't do the moonwalk.
Can't you? See what I mean? Already I'm like, if we're in like, in nature.
Yeah, if we were in competition for like a dance competition, you'd probably win. Yeah.
Well, not dance competition. I don't see it like that. I'm not that vain, Ben, unlike some people. But I mean, like for me, it's like
I wouldn't want to assume much. I'm just going to say I could do better than Lee.
Well, fuck you. But I mean, like generally speaking, I'm surprised he'll get lost outside. It's like, I know there's an entrance into this hall somewhere. I was at the back smoking a bud, but now I'm locked out. I don't know how to, and then I'll win automatically because he can't get in. Or I'll make sure he can't get to the dance
win by
floor.
default, huh?
Yeah. Win's a win, Ben.
Like I wouldn't smoke inside.
Win's a win. So I you got to chuck in a bit of. Just think of it this way: if we were both on the dance floor, not dancing together, I'm not saying anything that's wrong against that, because I've got to go to a mincing wedding and all that bullshit. That's all hunky dory, but. You're just not my type, Ben. And I hear you're a shit shag. But, I mean, generally speaking...
Okay.
Can't even be bothered to nosh someone off, you cunt. So
yeah.
So,
I wasn't keen on it.
All right, fine. All right, she should have trimmed. But the point is... Was it the beads?
A bit nicer, yeah.
Was it the beads? And she plaited and put some beads in and stuff? Did she...
No. It's not quite that bad, but yeah, there's no trimmage.
Well, next time, take a comb and move it away from the lips. Away from...
Very dishonorable.
So
I wasn't expecting that, to be honest.
Bush? Well,
yeah.
What? What you've been doing is watching too much porn. That's what it is.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Your eyes have been warped. What is unnaturally affectionate for you? That's what the problem is. So, the dance off.
I just wasn't expecting that much, to be honest.
How old was she?
I don't know, 20s or something.
20s or something. I don't remember. You do know you're coming across just a little bit like a bit of a bastard here, right? It's like, I don't know.
I don't care.
I don't know what the fuck she was. She turned up and noshed me. That's the most that Save me doing it. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
And then she pulled down her trousers and pants, and then boom! There's shit tons. I'm like, nah, I've flossed already tonight. I don't need to do it anymore. Thanks, love. Don't need the options. If I can find your bean, I'll flick it.
I don't think I've ever called anyone love in my life.
You're there like David Attenborough, pushing the pubes side to side.
What we've got here is
we are here in the mating ritual of.
Last time a guy like me went into a jungle like that, Vietnam happened.
But yeah, if it was a dance-off, Ben, I'd win because it's like peacocks. That's what it is.
Okay.
Your plume is surely lovely, but mine's just better because I'll just throw in the moonwalk. It's like, fuck you, I'm getting minged.
Right.
Is that what you mean?
Fair enough.
Don't go right, as if you don't believe me. I fucking will. Beat your fucking ass. Sorry, ass.
Yeah, all right.
Right, mate. Right, just some are betterer. That's all. Some are better of going backwards than others.
And there's no need for this, guys. Lee, you shake Ben's hand.
Don't know where it's been. There's a national shortage of cleaning still, Self. I don't know. Don't know.
You started this.
Yeah, crunchy tissue boy.
I didn't start this.
Yeah, well, you've definitely finished it for everyone.
I don't know why people so interested in my personal life.
Well, just to make it sound better than it is. All
right.
No, I'm sure you have a good personal life. Anyways, you have friends, and you go out drinking, that kind of stuff sometimes, and you spend your time playing games and doing tech support things. And
please say "okay" at the end of this sentence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, brilliant.
You're living the dream. You're free. The great thing about Ben is he's just like me and the rest of us here. We're free. We're able to do what we want to do, and some are freer, more freer than others, obviously. But that's the deal. So,
do you think you're at this point, Ben, that you're giving up on all this min shit, or what's going on here? What should I? Do you want me to help you again? Do you want me to come in and help you? Because I will, man. I will.
Again.
Wait, I'm not sure about this help.
That's what you said
I'm
last
sure
time.
About this again.
Well, we looked for a prostitute last time, and before that, we got him onto looked at dating shit. We've done we've helped him out as much as we fucking can. Jesus Christ,
I think the right answer here is you get yourself a sex doll, basically. Okay,
and I don't know about that.
Well, I know right now.
Are you judging Brian's options here?
No, I just don't think that's a good option for me.
Is it because you're a lazy
let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Why not? I'm just curious.
Yes,
why not?
Why not, Ben? Why not?
Because
since I can't talk to you basically, I'm willing to talk to text you basically during the week, anyways.
Yeah. Well, the reason is I would like to be in a relationship with a real person.
Okay, we'll call her Doreen then for a bit. What's wrong with that? We'll get her some nice clothes.
The sex doll isn't actually a real person.
But you have to understand that your brain, the way the
but it identifies as a real person.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough then.
Identifies exactly. No, but the way my point is that the way your brain operates, basically, I'm trying to say is that actually you the caring and the love, basically that kind of stuff that you normally would give to a woman, basically you still can give to a sex doll, basically, and it still can be more real.
Yeah, you don't know about that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or I could also see the other thing I could say is you can get a pet or something like that as well. Basically, that's another thing if you really want to.
Don't fuck the pet, Ben.
I don't really want a pet.
No, I mean I'm the same way. I'm good.
I don't think he's allowed near pets.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
I mean,
my parents have a dog. It's great,
They do.
But I don't want to keep a pet in the city where I live.
In the city, Perth is not a city.
Yes, it is.
It's close enough.
Perth is just a bunch of bungalows stuck together. It's not a fucking city.
Put together.
It's not a fucking city.
Have you looked at Perth in Google Maps lately?
I have. That's why I'm telling you it is a city. I can tell.
I guarantee you, Brian
they're on one end of the railway line, basically, and
not that railway line. I'll get you in trouble.
Actually, have you looked at Perth in Apple Maps lately? Now there's a site.
No one's that sad.
Nice try.
That was a good try, though.
Even Brian hasn't used that
exactly.
shit.
Hold on.
Yeah, no, thank you. Now you're
Polite
this is the
round of
part.
applause. Polite.
I'm sorry.
I still use the Maps app, the default Maps app on the iPhone.
Oh, no,
I don't.
What?
I
Sorry.
mean, the problem.
Whoa! Hold on, Brian. What did you just say?
I said don't use Apple Maps.
You
I
don't
Waze.
use Apple Maps.
I use Waze.
You twat.
I use Waze basically.
Waze is brilliant.
Waze is great, brilliant. I find it to be most accurate for my area where I'm driving around and times and everything else, letting me know how long it's going to be to get someplace and that kind of stuff. I mean, it's not always routing me the right. I feel like the right way.
The cops are.
Yeah, but it does tell you where the cops are basically, and it does tell you where it's road construction, and it does tell you about traffic slowdowns and all that stuff. And
tells you about a pothole approaching.
Now that would be helpful. That would be helpful.
In Tori's area, you might have roadkill potentially, that kind of stuff. But those kind of things. But
car on side of the road.
Yeah, car inside the road, basically.
Sorry,
actually, you used to have the weather.
Hold on,
they used to put the weather in there, basically.
Did you just say Tori's area? They'll tell you where roadkill is.
Yes, I did.
Yet Ben's the British redneck, and you're having to go at Tory.
Well, outsiders don't know to look up for the buzzards.
Well, there.
No, what I'm saying is we have less like animals that are crossing the road versus. I mean, I'm assuming Tory's in a more rural area, the best I can describe it. Where you might have a lot more incidents where
lots of deer.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we do have things that come up. I mean, not like we don't have any roadkill, but. It does just really a lot, not often.
Right.
So
every other critter except deer just gets just destroyed by vehicles, but deer will fuck a vehicle up.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell you what, I've started.
Like the Top Gear. Remember the Top Gear? They did the thing with the roadkill and Jeremy Clarkson had a cow on top of his car. That was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, I've just gone. I've opened up Apple Maps just because I was like, oh, go on, let's have a look at this bullshit. Perth is fucked.
What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with it? You want me to go into it? Okay, fine. So Perth.
WAAU.
Well, okay.
What about it?
Perth is lovely. I'm sure it's a very lovely place, full of twats. But where else?
No. Well, Ben lives there. It means
exactly.
People exactly.
Wait. Ben lives here. Ben lives there. There must be nice people live there. Okay?
I'm sure somewhere just far away from Ben. So basically, we've got Perth, and then the Perth airport is to the east. Very lovely indeed. Now, interestingly,
I've been there a few times.
Have you?
I'm sure you have. Yes.
You should tell us more about that sometime. Now, the Perth.
No.
So they've got Perth, and then you go across like Route 2 or whatever you fucking call your motorways.
Route 4. I see Route 4 here.
And then all of a sudden,
I don't know them by the numbers.
And then you're into like St James Mitchell Park, which is South Perth, which is Central Perth. You've got East, West, North kind of fucking Perth going on, which is not because Perth is like that's not it. That's not because you've got more fucking Perth
Lee, settle down, Lee. You're not responsible for Perth. It's not your fault.
They call it South Perth as if it's the end of Perth in the south, but no, Perth continues as if it's like, well, this is a lie. We'll continue.
It's not a. It's not like the end of Perth. There's further south things in Perth.
Yeah,
and South
Salty
Perth.
Point.
Where's Jerry?
Because you're looking at Melville and Whittleton and that kind of stuff.
No. Hold on, Brian.
I used to live near Melville.
See, this is the problem. This is the problem.
Yeah.
This is why Australia is.
I want to ask him a question anyway. So about real estate there in Perth, right?
No, hold on. Before we get on to that,
okay.
Can you explain to me, Ben, why the founders of Perth, a mere 100 odd years ago, where they had time to change it, thought it was a good idea to call Salty Point, right, next door to Manning. So you've got Manning area, of which it has a Salty Point. How they couldn't smirk? What? They think it's a cock joke, Ben. It's a fucking cock joke in your city, and no one thought they've got the area Manning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then directly underneath it, you've got Salty Point, which is basically innuendo for fucking, jizzing spunk. So.
Oh, really?
Yes. So you've got.
You're saying that wrongly. I'm sorry. It's SALTER point.
Oh,
you're looking at
Salter. Okay, Salter Point. It's still fucking salty. It's a pointer of saltiness, Ben.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's probably has to do with salt water.
Dirty, dirty bastards. And then you got,
no, actually,
and then across the water you've got.
It's probably named after a person.
And then you got
exactly.
Bentwood. You're just bastard. You're just dirty bastards out there.
So no, I'm curious, Ben. Just curious.
Yeah.
So, like, because every town's got a nice area and a bad area, or people are desirable areas.
Multiple in our case.
I would assume so. Now is the beaches along the the coastline? I'll call it basically, right? Is that area basically very affluent, or people like living along there, or?
Yeah. The coastlines are pretty affluent. Yeah.
Okay, and then as you get inland, I assume probably I assume near the airport must not be good because obviously there's airplane noise.
The area around the airport is actually not very much inhabited. It's out of the city entirely.
Right.
There's an industrial area.
So I'm thinking about the Belmont and River.
Belmont area is actually fairly well.
Ben's driven near the airport a lot.
Because think of Los Angeles and places like that where the airplane's always flying over like South Central Los Angeles, and that kind of like plane noise can kind of like the noise pollution can be an issue.
I live on the flight path actually. I'm not in an affluent area.
Sorry, Ben.
But I don't mind it.
Can't hear you.
No. So, actually, they have a Bayswater area. They have a Bayswater area. Oh, it's like London, anyways. That's cool.
So you've got south of Manning, Salty Point. Across the way, you've got Bentwood and Mount Pleasant. Further along there, you've then got White Gum Valley. Now, if that isn't an innuendo of a JJ, I don't know what the fuck is, Ben.
No,
you're all
a tree here called the White Gum.
Oh, I bet there is. You dirty slag. What the fuck is going on around here? Perth is disgusting.
No, it's first seems like it's brilliant, honestly.
Shut
Actually, it looks like it's got some nice bridges there. Basically, you can get around. Do you have any ferries that go across the bays, or there's little?
Yeah, there is one. They go across the Swan River between the city and South Perth.
Does it go anywhere near Spearwood by any chance? Big old spear of wood. No,
I never lived in Spearwood.
What about the downtown? How's the downtown area basically like the Highgate and Northbridge? I guess it's kind of downtowny, right? Or no?
That's where you get all your nightclubs and stuff, and it's pretty bustling most of the time.
Right, but I'm just curious, here in San Francisco, for example, like the yuppie sort of the new tech people like living in the city because, as you know, they take the buses down for Apple, as you would know, probably, I'm assuming, to the campus Cupertino. Anyways, but there's like life there in San Francisco, right? The downtown area, like you say, the nightclubs, and people like going, hang out, and then of course, going out to get things to drink and things to eat, basically, and
gobble,
things to do, and exactly, movie theaters and all that kind of stuff, and I'm just wondering, is that like downtown Perth and everything they have? That sort of bustling.
Well, I think the gays are in Huntingdale, which does sound a bit.
Really?
There is an area called Huntingdale in.
Is the gay district?
There must be the gay district because it's like
you say you must. You don't know for a fact.
Well, let's be frank.
There is an area which is mostly populated by gays. I forgot what the name of it is.
Oh yeah, really? Oh yeah. Oh. Sorry, Mummy. I don't know where that is.
Gay district of Perth. Google, let's see if Google gets the answer, anyways.
I love
it. See here.
I think it might be Maylands. Maylands.
Oh, really? Is it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Strange that.
Yeah.
Maylands.
Yeah.
Is that like Australian for Mary by any chance?
I have no idea.
Is it the Marylands?
Perth, though.
It's fabulous and glittery. It's fabulous. Okay. Where all the Marys live. Good. It's fine.
I don't know about Marys.
But I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's lovely. I'm sure it's fabulous.
I'm sure.
It's fabulous because it's clean. That would be the case. That's one of the things that like about the
You
gays,
have no idea though what those dirty bastards are getting up to these days. Oh my god, there is.
Well, no, they're clean. They're clean the external stuff. Let's just be clear about that, right?
Look, we're trying to get Ben near Minge. We don't want him to like. What are you trying to do to him, Bri? What are you trying to do?
No, we're trying to get him near the. Let's say it's a river there. He's looking at
Swan. Now, are we trying to get him pervert him into the realms of Putang, or are we trying to get him to the realms of gobble gobble cock cock?
No,
tell me what we're trying to do, Brian.
Actually, I'm trying to get him to get a sex doll, anyways.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Brian, have you recently got a sex doll? Is this what? Are you trying now to get others? Are you affiliated?
They deliver to all those places.
No, but not. No, Lee. No, we're not. I'm going to. Yeah. like one of those things, and I'm not going to rule it out.
Okay.
You know, because honestly, it would be something that I believe honestly that if maybe it's like
it will be a personal matter.
No, I just think the question comes down to if it's just something really that you really want some companion or something like that, where there's no risk of anything bad happening, then that's what you do. You know.
Question: would you?
It's not that I want no risk.
That's all right.
Why not?
That's why he goes to the gay district every so often.
Yeah, considering Ben's hygiene, I would consider maybe a health risk of using.
Yeah, if you did the gay area basically, then you're talking about.
I'm not interested in being gay.
Yeah, the problem is that they'll think you're lesbian with that fucking like gnome beard. They'll think, oh, another fucking dyke. Oh, you're like, oh no, not another one.
I was talking about the sex doll.
Yeah, the sex doll. Question: do you think? See, obviously, I've never needed. So I don't know. But would Ben need to warm it up in the microwave for a little bit just to get body temper? You do that?
Okay. Actually, no, because apparently, it just like not some warm water, I understand, or something like that. There's actually, with the sex doll, basically, their vagina is removable, basically, understand? Ooh. So you basically take that part out, you can warm it up anyways, and then you put it in, basically.
There we go.
That it works. And then, of course, obviously, when you're taking it out after you finish, you got to be careful, otherwise you'll have backsplash, which is really not good.
Backsplash. Oh.
So,
Backsplash. Now, Ben, is anything, any of this appetizing to you? Is this...
Not really, no.
God, you're so... You know what? You know what it is? Is that you don't want to get off your flabby backside bollocks.
What?
To actually put some effort in to get your self-love going. That's what it is. You're also used to just like shimmy.
I think if he does okay with if he does okay with what he does.
No. I bet you is a lazy self-lover. Right, Ben. Right, what you do is this.
So what?
No. Because I'll tell you what, he can have a 6-pack by Christmas if he fucking fucked a rubber band. Now, Ben. Right. What?
Unlock. Wait, how long?
Do you just like do you prepare? 1. Do you actually put some like candles down? Do you like maybe some petals to when you have a good old Jimmy wank?
No.
Or you straight just like fucking cranking it away fucking violently?
I don't crank it.
All right.
Fuck.
All right.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Jeez, man.
Tell me about it. About it.
So basically, what you're saying is that there's no preparation involved. You just like, I feel a bit horny. Fuck it. I'll just like schlong it out. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Exactly. Right. So
I'm not fucking romancing it.
No. So basically,
I think
at least say hello.
The advice on a golf club, given that you hold it like a baby bird, and that you don't want to kill it, but you don't want it to get away.
Interesting. So the reason I'm bringing this up, Ben, is that it sounds like what's turning you off with Brian's idea, apart from the backslash, whatever I'm fucking going on there, you have to be careful of like slopping it out, is the fact that you're a lazy shag to yourself. You're like, that sounds like a lot of preparation involved. You've got to get the fucking, blow up the inner tube. You've got to fucking put shit in the microwave. You've got to like fucking, there's a lot going on.
That's true. Yeah.
Is that the reason why you're like, I couldn't be bothered with a doll?
No, I already told you the reason. I said I'd prefer an actual human.
Yeah, but you don't even like that either.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, if Ben had to use the microwave, he would get married. Oh.
Okay, I'm just asking. So would you? Because these fleshlights sound expensive over here, unless I should import them in from China or something.
Lee,
they're 60 quid.
Lee, that's cheap.
That's cheap.
Yes,
60 quid for a fucking plastic cup.
Do you have any idea, Lee, how much it costs to be with another human being? Basically, you know what I mean?
I've never had to pay, Brian.
Relationship. Well, okay, maybe you're an alpha stud, anyways. Fine.
No, okay. No, I've never had. Sorry, Tori, have you ever had to pay to get your schlong sucked?
You usually do. If you're taking a girl on a date.
Emotions, yes.
Well, that too, basically. Exactly. Thank you. My point basically being is that, this kind of thing, no hassles, no strings, anyways. Yeah. There you go. That's what it's about.
Well, that's what we're getting.
That's why it's well worth the 60 quid, which is way. That's what What I'm trying to say is that's way cheaper than a decent sex doll, which is like $2,000 basically.
Shut up.
You know,
we're in the wrong business, Ben.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is suddenly.
I don't think you're allowed to call any sex doll decent.
Now, would there be a conflict of interest if, I'm setting up a religion and actually having a sex shop? Would there be? Would you be frowning upon that, Ben, or would that be something that you?
I mean, like, it all depends on the religion, how they're how they react to all that, right?
Well, how would you react to it? As like part of my flock, as it were, which is blatantly what's going to happen because I'm brilliant. So, Ben, would you be frowning as like
No, I don't think so.
Would you join, Brian? Would you join my religion just for tax purposes?
I might.
Wow. 2. We got to, the guy who can't
I didn't
out.
say I'd join.
Sorry, that's definitely what I heard. I've got it recorded as well, so you definitely go. So, Anthony is joining. Ariane, he's like, yeah, I'll do that. And a few others, because I seriously, I think this is the genius concept, because this religion will be it'll be all the conspiracy theory fuckers, they'll be on board surely, automatically. It'll be like, this is against, because it's a religion instead of just like conspiracy theory sort of thing. Now, then it's jumped up a level. You've got to respect it. You can't fuck around with it. So because then you're in the realms of government protections, all those kind of laws for all the religions and shit, yeah? So you can't dismiss it. You can't fuck over it like they normally do. It's like, oh, you could, look at those bunch of wankers over there, with that, like, Scientology or whatever. You could, boo-hoo them. Or, look at those conspiracy theories over there, what twats over there talking about bullshit. Once it's dogma, they can't, if you get what I'm saying, they can't whitewash it as much. They're protected by First Amendment, shit. And, that's where they're going wrong.
Whitewashing, are we back to the sex doll?
I think the whitewashing is, innuendo for the sex doll. Sorry, Ben, what was that?
You're going to incorporate this religion in America.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah, of course.
My God, they no wonder the mega churches things are fucking around. Oh, that's that's genius.
What do you think? How do you think they? I remember the tax dodge as well. Anyways, the
churches, what's it called? The pastor living allowance or something? That's fucking genius.
But that's my point. I'm saying they do very well, basically.
Hold on, Ben. Hold on. Let me just explain it to Ben because then he can join it. Basically, Ben, and I've only learned this week, right? Pastor originally they would tour around and they would live scummy like their flock as it were, so they would have traveling expenses and they're basic living, rent, that sort of shit. Nowadays with these mega churches, it's based upon value of rent, and now this money is tax exempt and there's no upper cost. It's just this is how much for the pastor. Okay, so that's why you've got these mega churchy twats building a couple of $1 million houses, okay, which are owned by tax-free, which are owned by a trust, so
church,
not them.
The trust, exactly, very good, yes.
Which is basically them under a different name, legally.
I mean, you do understand it.
And then they're getting $500,000, $250,000 per year to them, personally, tax-free, for their pastor living allowance, even though technically it's their house that they're like a trust owns instead of them. Genius! It's fucking genius. See, that's we're in the wrong country, Ben. That's for that.
Of course you are. Well, I could have told you that.
You're welcome for us to start your country, though. That's the main thing.
Well, I can say thank you also for the trains. Okay,
Yeah, that and telephones and.
Telephones and all sorts of great inventions.
Time,
possibly. That might be really important.
I'm just glad you didn't thank the Germans for the trains.
Yeah, the Germans got some good trains as well. Basically, Siemens makes. I think Siemens, right? They make some good trains, anyways. So.
Let's ask the Jews about that. Too soon.
Really? I could have to choose about a lot of stuff anyways, about running the world into the shitter, basically, but it's a different story anyways.
Oh, Ben, it's always your
Satan
fault.
worshippers and loving to, being cucked anyways.
Oh, it's just like a personal attack. One after it. Anytime, Ben, would you like to? Like,
what?
It's slagging you off, Ben, and you're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's rather not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ben's finally got his video game groove on, I'd say.
Oh, Ben's having fun, and he's playing it's a good game. I like it. He's got a really cool mod on there with a really long flowing hair and short skirt.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
No, it's pretty good. The point is, I'm like amazed that
this is better than being in a relationship playing video games. There you go.
I don't know about that, but I don't think they're quite the same thing.
The answer is no.
No, I mean, nobody said they were the same thing, but I've said that it still is a good way of using your time and having fun and hopefully no drama other than the people you might be in your random teams that you get signed up for.
No, they're all fun.
So that's what I'm saying is that if your team is that FX or whatever, you see what the name of this team you had.
Yeah, but surely the scenario nothing compares to get that like your cock up that warm, tender hole to bang for a couple of There's nothing compares to it. You can go as much as you want. Go down to Starbucks for a cappuccino. Isn't that better?
That's what it was. Pixelite, right?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go bingo on a Friday night. Wow, isn't that better than fucking a minge? No.
Yes, it could.
No,
yes, it could. Yeah.
You're basically what it sounds like is you're doing exactly what the women do up until their ticking time bomb clock kicks in around about 36. And they're like suddenly going,
it's less. It's lower than that, but I will leave.
Whatever. I don't know. It's just, whatever though.
Especially for some women, definitely you have to understand. It's like the men in surveys, basically, and they're right about this. Want something 18 to 25 is what they want. Okay,
right,
for dating, right? But above 25, they don't want any. It's like the answer is no, and that's because we understand as men that again, at around 25 years old, women's fertility windows just starts closing, and it's going to get a lot harder to have healthy children, not Down syndromes or Downy kids, basically, that you don't want to have, so
Down syndrome or Downy kids. That's technically that's technically the same thing, isn't it? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Not sponsored by Downy fabric softener
or Downy Junior. That's someone entirely something. No, leave Robert out of this, please.
Right.
Please leave Robert out of this, for fuck's sake. So, interesting. Yeah, but the point is, though, surely that's technically what, like, manufacturers, people in the know, ownage of corporations and shit like that, that's kind of what they want. They don't want you to waste time and money on, like, shit. As a couple, they want you to waste money individually.
Yes,
because that's two sofas that you have to buy instead of one.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah?
And this is the point, basically. You think about it. This is
he's agreeing with me, Ben.
One of the great things. Well, yeah, I love exactly your line of thinking because it's exactly truly is because this is exactly why that part of the whole entire evil part of breaking up the family and giving women the unearned privilege / right to vote was that you get a chance to tax both sides of the deal instead of one taxable income. Now you got two. Now you have two people basically setting up households a lot of times, and when all the expenses around that, basically you're living a life anyways. And besides that, now with people who are eating out more because instead of having home cooked meal, which are cheaper to have, I mean, all these expenses keep on going up. How much it costs for cars now is more expensive, I mean, not factoring what's going on with Uber and everything, but, I'm just saying, that's the point being is that, yes, it is part of the larger scheme here to be creating more consumers anyways, which is the deal. So
when you said people eating out more, I knew you weren't talking about Ben.
No.
Oh,
definitely
no.
No. I cook a lot of meals at home.
Don't we know it?
Yeah.
There you go.
I walked into that one. Anyway, so that's it. Should I be worried, Tori, that Brian basically said I was brilliant? And agree with everything
I think Ben's brilliant. I think you're brilliant.
Oh no! Oh no! His turned come by. Oh shit! Oh no!
No, and of course Tori just left anyways, so we'll talk to him back in a second. He's fine. I'm not,
Tori's here.
He's right there.
You said AFK for a second.
Oh, we ignore
them. You got to pay attention to what's going on.
That just means he's going to, smoke something.
Itch his ass or something.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So that's my point. Yeah. So, anyways, I do think you're smart, Lee. I think.
I would like this in writing if possible, because people forget.
Well, I would be happy. I'm sure written it before on the internet. Commenting on your stuff, basically.
I'm sure you haven't tagged
how much I think you are about your Euroscepticism. Your Euroscepticism, is right on exactly.
Not this again. Not Eurosceptic. I question everything and then come to a conclusion.
But you're right. You're right. I like exactly the way the stuff you post online is right in line with the way things should be. Did
you see that? Did you hear that, Ben? I'm right.
Because you're not.
That's good.
Because you're not part of the toxic cancer that is the left, left side of things in the UK that wants everyone to be helpless, dependent, and subject to the crown kind of thing. You understand that there's a better world out there than
both
that.
Sides. You can't say that both sides would be separate.
And to be clear, again, I know with if CGP Grey is correct about this one here, the crown definitely is a good positive force in the UK from tourism standpoint, which is helpful very in a larger way, to make people employed, because all these people, millions of people come to the UK to see a working monarchy, which you really can't see very many other places in the world, and probably the most famous one, I'd say, anyways. With the changing the guard and Buckingham Palace and all this castles and all this stuff that you see there. It's living history.
Castles.
Or Wales, that kind of stuff. You're going to Wales.
Fuck them twats over there as well.
Yes, I agree. The language. Trust me, I don't like. I think the language is stupid.
There's just not enough spit to fucking say it. It's just like
the language is incomprehensible, basically, and I think that in certain languages I could say I'm happy to see if they go away, basically, right? Exactly. And because honestly, it makes no sense. I mean, I definitely want to see things like Japanese and Chinese and other things especially to be preserved, of course. But I think that when it gets down to the Welsh, again. No, I'm listening Scottish, whatever. It's fine, whatever they do their thing, anyways. But
you mean Gaelic?
Yeah. Gaelic, exactly. Yes.
Jesus.
Gaelic.
You can't help some people, you really. But the biggest problem with all this,
that is so Gaelic.
That is so fucking
Gaelic.
Exactly. Yes. The problem is that this is part of the EU anyway. Well, this is still continuing. And same with Cornwall.
Which is a problem.
So Cornwall, Scotland are cunts. Well, that's what. No, I shouldn't say that, because some of the trannies are pretty.
That fish lady is a cunt.
Oh my god, yeah.
The trout,
sturgeon,
sturgeon. Thank you, guys.
So basically, she. But the problem is the EU have been plowing shit tons of money into specific regions, if they have a specific language and a specific way of doing things. So that's why the Welsh, there's only 1%, maybe even less than 1%, who actually speak the fucking language.
Which is why actually when all the stations when they went there,
double the amount of everything.
Vicky and Jeff, when they went all stations, when they went there, I remember they did talk about this. This one of the concern was about the fact that the people weren't speaking Welsh as much anymore, and it could end up being a dead language, basically.
No one ever was speaking the fucking thing. That's the stupid fucking thing about it.
I don't know my history, so you're probably right about that anyways. I mean, I may don't know.
Just write a fucking post it. Just write a post it.
I know Lee's history. He's probably wrong about it.
How dare you bastard. But generally speaking, same with Cornwall. There are certain areas that feel like that they belong to themselves. So Cornwall has never really been a bad thing. They've got their own flag. They've always have their own flag.
It's all right there in the sign. You see it? There's some corn. There's a wall.
It's very simple. And then you've got but they understand there is a balance. Like Wales, they've got a balance, and they've got their own language, which is meaningless, and they've got their own TV shows now and all that kind of stuff, which is fine, but no one's fucking watching them because no one can speak fucking Welsh. So, it's like me now trying to speak Latin. Now I could if I was a pompous cunt, but I'm not. Shockingly, I'm not, and so I don't.
Did you learn it? You learned it in primary school.
You can really go off some people. So basically. I don't speak Latin because it's technically a dead language.
You could learn Sanskrit.
But I mean, you could learn fucking ancient Egyptian if you really wanted to, but it's a dead language. It wouldn't actually go anywhere. And sometimes it's like, okay, you've got to be, pay homage to your religion. Sorry?
You could take it somewhere.
Where? Egypt? Wow, shocker. Wow, it's going
take it
far.
Out for a night in the town, Lee.
Oh, that's more than you did. So basically,
It's true.
So I
got me there.
Well, she didn't even really. So basically, the point is like, there's certain things that you can pay homage to, and you can like keep it alive in the history. You can keep telling the stories. I'm not denying any of that, but it's the point where if you're spending 20, 30, 40 million pounds a year on projects to keep Welsh alive, it's like, fuck off. There's more important things. People dying in Wales because they haven't got electricity and running water and other alleged things I've made up over the years.
Would not surprise me.
You know what I mean?
Not surprise me.
It's like, come on, guys.
Because I mean, the place you stayed at basically showed a picture of the castle or something. It was a castle, I think, wasn't it? Right? It's kind of like looks
when he
like
says it's like, come on, guys, he means it's like, come on, guys, not like it's like, come on, guys.
Yes.
I'm just gonna go with yeah. I don't know what you're fucking.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what are you talking about, Brian?
No, I was saying you were staying in a place from.
That was a manor house. That was a hunting lodge.
Okay, yeah.
I was living in. Did you see the photos, Ben? Did you see where I was living in Wales?
I heard your description on the show.
Well, yeah, but thanks for paying attention to my world.
Described it so well.
Well, yes, but I mean, like generally speaking, that was that's what money can buy you, or being English in Wales can buy you.
Right.
The rest are just like living in fucking stick houses and bivouacs.
Isn't that because was there where the Welsh is where they had the coal mines at, or someplace up north?
Oh yeah, Wales and like Yorkshire, and there's lots of places where they had.
Because I understand when the coal mines sort of like shuttered after with Margaret Thatcher, and I guess wasn't it that kind of stuff, right?
Oh yeah, the 80s. But generally speaking, the coal in Wales is the same variety, I believe, is in Pennsylvania. The same, like the coal mines, that area, because there's
same type of coal. You mean same type of coal? I mean basically.
Yeah, basically under the Atlantic, there's a strip that goes from Wales all the way through to like North America. So I'm sure it's is it Pennsylvania that's got the coal mines? Up that area. Yeah. So it's the same coal. You can't get that quality, that certain type of coal anywhere else in the world. It's got a specific kind of makeup. So
it's burned cleanly or something.
Yeah. Even he's fucking heard of it.
Yeah. Clean coal, right? That's the idea. They call it, right? Yeah.
And it just burns hotter for less amount and all that kind of shit. It's like there's a certain quality that you just can't get anywhere else.
It's just like any other resource, like the gold or silver or anything else you're taking out of the ground. That's the point. There's certain qualities that people mine for, that they're looking for, and saying they're looking, which makes sense, So.
Well, so will my religion when I get around to finishing it. It'll make so much sense, Brian.
Of course it will.
No, don't pander. You know it's going to make sense because it's going to be fucking brilliant. It's just like going to be.
If it makes sense.
I wasn't pandering. I'm sorry.
It's going to make sense, Tory. Don't have a go at me about making sense. It'll make perfect sense. Basically, and like I said, anything that's in the not the EU, because it is technically the EU and now the modern day government. Anything that is written in that sustainable bullshit from Agenda 21 kind of UN report is going to be the opposite. It's going to be the opposite of that. So basically, it will be a preventative measure. The more people we can get in the religion and put it on censuses, or is it census? Census-I? Is it censuses or census-I? Ben?
I think it would be censuses in this case.
You think it's censuses?
Yeah.
How about a selection of penises? Is that penises or penis-I?
No, I think that's actually peni.
Oh, Ben seems to know a lot. So thank you.
I'm not just choosing one or the other randomly.
Oh no, of course not.
Those Latin classes really paying off.
Yeah. So
all that time spent learning Latin.
So useful skill, I'm sure. So yeah, that's the whole concept. So you basically get to a scenario where once they're rolling out certain things in Australia as well as here, and like normally at the same sort of time period and America and stuff, as a religion, we'll all be able to turn around and go, sorry, no, that's against our religion. And it's a religion, not our belief, you know, like our will of us sort of thing. Because we're not individuals anymore. We're suddenly a group of people who go, nah, sorry. It's like the Quakers who didn't go to war because obviously they're passive as a religion. You can't fight each other. They didn't go to World War II. They didn't go to World War I, obviously.
Richard Nixon was a Quaker.
So he wouldn't go to war either. Because it's against his religion. You can't do it. You've got extra special rights as a religion. That's the beautiful thing of if you think about it. If you have more and more people who aren't religious, they are, you know, they don't have restrictions on their person, then they have no right to say, no, I'm not going to war. You will go to war. You will do this. You will do that. You have no restrictions. We will tell you what to do and what not to do. But if you have a religion saying, nah, sorry, here are the rules, you can't do that to me, then it's another kettle of fish. That's why Brian's sitting there, got a little bit of a semi. That cushion come in handy. I'm telling you, that cushion came in fucking handy.
So the religion itself is more for just for the purposes of these
the religion
these sort of restrictions.
Well, no. This is the beautiful thing. The religion itself, it will have like actual beautiful tendencies in it. It will actually have like you know, kumbaya, kind of like love thy neighbor bullshit, kind of bouncy, lovey.
Yeah,
but on the flip side, it will also have built into it, mainly as filler, more than anything else, Ben, because, you know, I've realized that writing a Bible takes some fucking time. So I've like, okay, but how can we fill up like extra filler pages? Oh, I know. I'll take that report and I'll just reverse everything they say they're going to do. You want to sell our land and push us all into like cities? Fuck that. No, we have to live out in the villages in communal areas, like small like villagey.
That's Agenda 21 you're talking about, right?
Sorry, the 2030 report.
Agenda 21.
Agenda 21. Yeah. So anything in there, because that's the main building block at the moment. That's what they're hoping to put all in place by 2030. Well, if you've already got it in your religion, it's like, no, every answer will be, no, sorry, it's in my religion. I can't do that. And here in the UK, all we need is 50 people to write it down.
You call the religion 1776 instead of 1.
No, that's the beautiful thing. Because they, what they even say in, which report is it? They actually say what they want is one government, one monetary system, one religion, one kind of like simple, easy, blah, blah, blah. So the idea is calling it one. It sounds like, oh, we're all kumbaya, we're all one religion. When really it's like, yeah, we're one religion, but we're all, you know, the independence of each individual is more important than the collective. So it's opposite.
Now, when you got one of these special
wait. Hold on. Brian has got a question. I see he's airing his armpit. He's got his hand up. Go on, Brian.
For every religion I'm aware of, it's always going to be a deference. It's a slave thing. It's a submission, or should we say, what do you want to call it? It's you're not when you're in a religion, or taking part of it, you're taking the teachings and listening to them and going by them. Yes. So you're so I'm trying to say that yeah, I mean you're going to.
But the problem with that
submit to that, so you're not necessarily being independent in the same way.
Yes, you are.
I'm thinking of being independent.
But you are, because the kumbaya shit is all about independence and the benefit of your low. It's the 3 rules that we bashed about years ago. It's like rule 1, to feel empowered, first you need to be inspired. Rule 2 is when you know better, you do better. Rule 3, do a good turn every day. So basically, on top of that, it's like...
What kind of bullshit is to be empowered, you must be inspired?
Are you having to go at my religion, Ben?
That just sounds like a nothing phrase.
Note this, Ben. Notice this, Brian.
That's very
Ben,
shocking.
That is disgusting, because that's a hate crime, Ben. How dare you... See? Suddenly, Brian, it's a whole different kettle of fish. You see what I'm saying?
True.
Aha.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I see your point.
Do you see my point now? Now Ben's an absolute bastard who's now going to be rogered in the jail showers. Previously, he was just a bastard. Now... But do you see my point? If you base it on independent, independence, which is kind of what Quakerism is as well, then add in the additional bits of this is where like the elite, if because we haven't got a proper term, the elite want us to do. And we're like, nah, we'll do the complete fucking opposite. Oh, wait, you're having a go at us? Well, sorry, it's our religion. You can't do anything about it. You see?
Right.
I think the penny's dropped there, Ben. I think he's just... Suddenly, Ben, I think Brian loves me. I think this is what's just happened. He's pushing aside his rubber doll. He's now like, how much is a flight to England? I want to have his babies. That's what that silence means there, Ben. That's what that means. It's a beautiful silence.
Nice.
I know, man. I know. My work is... Even Brian's shocked by this new kettle of fish that's happened. Tori knew this day would come. Tori knew this was going to happen eventually.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's the concept. Do you like it? Do you understand it now a little bit more? Do you realize that it's like, this is... I can't understand why people like Alex Jones as an example.
I do.
I wouldn't fucking follow him. But I mean, like, Alex Jones wouldn't turn it into, well, we'll do it as a religion. What we're saying, we're doing it as a religion, which means that we've got extra protection, and then he doesn't get attacked. You can't attack him, as it were, or attack the beliefs.
You can. I mean, people do. This is that to some
extent,
leftists have done basically because they're anti-Christ, anti-Christian, attacks they've done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're against the Catholic Church. They flaunt all sorts of stuff. Whatever feels right, do it. Basically, it's kind of like their motto, right?
Exactly. But my point is that I reckon...
I don't think I can name a time in history when any person has ever been attacked for what they believed.
No? Okay. All right. Well, I just thought to myself, well, it'd be amazing, primarily because that the opportunities it would unlock. Because up until now, you're just the crazy in the corner talking, spouting shit. Now, admittedly... Brian, that was a knee-jerk reaction of a laugh there. That seemed a bit quick there. But I mean, like, yeah, that kind of crazy shit. So what I'm saying is, like, until then, because, admittedly, we won't invite the flat earthers because they're fucking crazy. Apart from them, we'll invite everybody else. Here are the rules, very simple, and go from there. But I still can't understand this flat earth bullshit, Ben. That's the bit that
I can.
Yeah?
Ben,
can you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Ben, you've been killed, man.
Yeah.
You can focus now.
But Ben, we know you're in Perth, Australia. Whatever. And I know that's on the other side of the world, right? For me, right? You know what I mean? And it's actually not flat, exactly. But the point is, I know that is in the other side of the world because of the fact that it's not just time zone things and the way the sun works.
Is the sun out where you're at? Can you see the sun, Ben?
Yeah. Well, not right now.
I was going to say, exactly. That's the one. I can see that.
I can see
this.
Science.
The sun is out here. The sun is out here. Looks like it's going to be an okay day today.
It's dark here.
Exactly. And that's my point.
Okay.
No, but the point is basically that it's not flat. Also, because Musk, you and others, basically, you've seen the not Musk, but you've seen the satellite pictures of Earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's curvature, and there's a curvature of the Earth because. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff scientific studies you can do to actually prove the Earth is circular, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a flat Earth thing.
Yeah.
Now the idea is ridiculous, anyways. Now I would go down the idea that we might be living in some sort of simulation. That's always possible, right? I'm not against that, right? Because all of what we know is what we know, right? We don't know what we don't know. Does that make sense? What I said, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'll go.
Meaning that we are what our senses perceive the world as what they are, and our sciences are as good as they are and whatnot. But we are kind of still in this bubble, anyways, right? As far as we live on this planet, and we've gone to the moon. We've sent spaceships to Mars, and now
we haven't gone to the moon.
Voyager 1, basically. Well, maybe we haven't.
We haven't gone.
Okay,
for
well,
all we know,
We can
dreams
fire
are
laser.
what's real, and waking world is dreams.
That
Exactly.
yeah, definitely.
Exactly. True.
But the problem is that
and
we as a show agree the moon landing didn't happen purely on the basis of the radiation that circles the Earth. You can't go through it, and that's the one reason why they're not returning to the moon. Is that NASA keeps saying, "Well, we have to worry about this whatever the fucking."
Well, if Musk is right,
cool.
he's going to be, if he wants to die on Mars or whatever the deal is, get out soon enough, anyways, right?
Yeah, whatever.
If Buzz Aldrin says he's been there, I believe he's been there.
Yeah, I believe he's been there. I mean, honestly, I think there is. I think, look, again, it's just like the school shooting and everything else, right? The point is, there's things we know and things we don't know. We have to trust some sources. Basically, ultimately, is the thing, and some things are maybe more trustworthy than others. And that's really the question: who you put trust in, anyways, right? You know, because none of us on this call, and almost nobody's living practically has ever actually stepped foot on another planet. Therefore, we can't say definitively whether or not it actually did happen, or if it was like a studio downstage. And thing is, these things happen. And
I think the only reason why it happened the way it did is primarily because you were in a fucking Cold War race, and it was like, it's cheaper to fake it than actually, prove otherwise.
Well, right,
and the fact that all the footage from that has been lost, and the only shit we've got is the grainy bullshit of the relay from everyone got from the broadcast.
Sure.
Yeah.
Even
though they were recording in 16mm film, which would be practically HD quality now ish.
Right.
So there are many a reason why, and primary reason, the only reason that I keep bashing about is like whatever the radiation is around the fucking Earth. That is the excuse. The reason why I've just come to this conclusion finally is that, or definitively, I'd thought about it before, but definitively is because
Level 21.
No, it was because there was I was watching a live stream interview from the space station. It's just something in the background. They were answering questions and answers, and one of the questions was something along the lines of, "Why haven't we gone back to the moon yet?" And the guys who are in low orbit, saying, "Well, we've got to go." I think the complexity of it would be, you have to go through whatever this fucking, oh no, not him, radiation. What the radiation levels are called?
Big voice.
What is the radiation around the Earth called? I can't fucking
rotation.
Radiation, you deaf muppet.
Big voice, Jay.
Ozone.
No, not
ionosphere, troposphere.
Radiation around Earth.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's a barrier. It's like you'll get fucked as soon as you go through it. You've got to. They haven't got
stuff burns.
Yeah. So if that stuff burns, but we went to the moon. That was the question, Jay. Well, that's what we're talking about.
Atmosphere, ionosphere, troposphere. There's one more sphere I keep forgetting.
Right.
I'm waiting for Google to come back to me. I should have got my phone. Hold on.
How do you have to wait for Google?
Yeah, I know, it's shocking. Anyways.
Google Chrome has got slow as fuck recently. So
that's your fault in your computer.
I enjoy the alternative theory that once we poked a hole in the sky and found where the moon was and landed on the moon,
the Van Allen belt.
That they
Van Allen, that sounds right.
Yeah.
A timer was started.
Google works faster over here, seems.
Because the growth on the planet had grown to the level to escape its own atmosphere, it started a timer because we kind of basically cracked the egg.
Yes.
What's this timer counting down to?
Till we run out of atmosphere.
Oh.
That's interesting. So the Van Allen. Well, obviously it was quicker because obviously you're closer to the CIA for them to retrieve the data. The Van Allen radiation belt is a zone of energetically charged particles. Most of which orientate from the solar wind that is captured by and held around. What? Oh, anyway, so basically it's the magnetic blah blah. This is This is a hairy motherfucker kind of thing. You can't travel through it. You know,
you can't go down on it.
You can't do it. So if you can't do it, you know, one piece of science can only be right.
See, that's
if
right.
you go with the rules of
can't.
science.
Wait.
Exactly.
You can
or you
that's
can't.
The question.
Yes. So if you can, then what the scientists are claiming now about the Van Allen belt radiation bullshit is bullshit. It's like you can't travel through it.
You could fail once and succeed once. You could do both.
But we didn't fail and succeed once, did we? Because you sent up how many fuckers?
Oh, we definitely failed at least once.
Well, yeah, but that was after. That was like 89 or whatever it was. But before then, you had how many Apollo missions? And they all allegedly went to the moon.
How many monkeys did we shoot up to their death?
Are we counting the Russians in that? But yeah, so you see my point though? It's like if you got all this period of the 60s and 70s ish that you did the Apollos, and then later on it's proved that you can't get through this fucking radiation. So that
then you're saying all this stuff was staged and faked, basically.
No, well, all I'm saying is that you can't have it both ways. One can only be right.
Obviously, it's a binary thing. It's a binary.
Exactly.
Yes,
and if science, is saying, well, you know, because it's all based on theories. It's like, okay, we all saw with our eyes, but this is now makes it clearer that maybe you couldn't. You made the threat to Russia, in a sense. You know, you threw the gauntlet down, realized you couldn't do it, and so to do something about it. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay, you would do what anyone would do. Is like save face. It's like, how are they else? No one else would fucking know. Doesn't matter. The whole fucking world now knows that you went to the moon. Who gives a shit? It's only like decades later. Now we've got this Van Allen radiation bullshit that science is saying is a preventative measure. You can't. It's a fucking nightmare to get through. Then how can you now say otherwise? It's the whole point of, yes, we all saw it with our eyes. We've seen it on footage. We've seen it like how many fucking times replicated around our timeline so far. In our lifetimes, we see it all the time. The footage of him going down the moon over and over and over again. But
there's no law preventing you from going and checking it out yourself.
Well, let me do my religion first, and then we'll go on to the moon landing. How's that?
Make the purpose of the religion to build a really big ladder.
I was going to go down the ark concept. I was going to go down that way, but okay. Well, anyway, Big Voice Jay, how are you, man?
Oh, wonderful. How about yourself?
Oh, all right, fella. Saving the world bit by bit.
Oh, bit by bit.
Yeah. Well, we're starting a new religion.
Bitcoin by Bitcoin.
Oh, we've got to do that as well. Part of the religion. Oh, no. What now? Why are you always naysaying? What?
Nay.
What? Go on. What's wrong?
Didn't you have the plans laid out for this about 1 or 2 years ago?
Yeah, but then
you scrapped it.
Well, I scrapped it because it seemed very thin. It was more of a pamphlet than a religion. It was like, oh shit, it doesn't seem. But like I said, thanks for listening. Previously, I was like, well, Agenda 21. Everyone knows fucking Agenda 21. The principles, what they're going to try and do by 2030.
But of course,
yes. Well, what I was thinking is that to pad it out a bit, this religion, because like I said, it was a bit of a pamphlet. It was a bit flimsy of its principles. That I thought to myself, well, we'll just do the opposite. Everything as the opposite of what Agenda 21 is saying that they want to do. Right? So they want to.
So instead of clustering everybody in these giant super cities, you want to spread everybody out and give them a lot more property.
Exactly.
Acreage.
Exactly, and they've got to live in community, like communal area, like things. It's like what they used to do. Like, what's his name? Oh, he wrote Republic. What the fuck is it? Galileo said.
Galileo. Okay.
Yeah. So he lived in like communal areas. Like he lived with his friends and some family and different. Like they were part of like a main structure. They had their own little dwellings, but they also lived off the land together, and they all worked together, and they had like their own little society.
It's kind of like the Manson family.
Kind of, but that was their own little bit. I'm not saying one religion in one, compound. No, that goes a bit stir crazy, But I'm saying that their local like family,
the David Koresh family.
All I'm saying is them like working together to for their own means and stuff, living off the land, sharing resources and shit, but also having their own spaces and shit like that. In Republic, he said it was a great idea and fucking loved it. But then the Romans came.
Right.
And then the Romans with Christianity came, and there was about I want to say 6,000, 4,000, 5. Hold on, let me start the Google search now, and we might get somewhere in a minute.
I don't know. I've always heard that communal areas sound great on paper until you actually have to start living in these areas.
Yes, exactly.
Republica. No, well, they did. That's the thing. They did in the back of that Republica. Mount.
Not everything turns out to be Gulch.
Let me have a look.
I mean, you think you don't like your roommate now? My goodness.
But
what if you're forced to be with them?
You're not forced.
Wait till you see his leavings outside your facility.
Yeah, I mean, how many stories have we had where a roommate just bashes another one in because someone took their Cocoa Krispies or whatever?
But that's the Americans, the violent Americans again, isn't it?
Actually, I think this one was in Leeds or something.
The violent Americans. Leeds. Anyway, so I'm currently I've seen a map before, but I'm just trying to find one at the moment. It's typical when you've you don't think of it finding it again, and now you can't fucking find it. But there used to be a map of where they actually around the Mediterranean of where all these fucking Galileo's Republic based communities lived. And they weren't out in the sticks, but they had their own space and stuff, and they were like living off the land and like helping each other and all that shit. Especially with the things like the internet now, and where you can like have a mixed industry within yourselves, as it were. And then Christianity came along and bulldozed everything what they were doing previously, and that's where you get the ministries from. So as you get like the monks and like the nunneries and shit, that's based on the original concept from the Republic. That whole concept where you're in your own community, you're based in your own little, so you can actually work together to actually create something. It's based upon Galileo's Republic, but obviously single sex and boring. So, yeah. So it still exists today. It's just under a different guise, under a different name. So it could work still. Don't you think? Yeah, you seem to be very quiet. But Brian's all like well on board. I should explain.
What?
Yeah, I know. Brian is practically.
No, you've hit a roadblock.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I think you should. I should think you should be part of it as well. I think you can come across, Jay. Come on, mate. Come to the dark side, Jay.
Hey, look, man. What? I just got, I don't know, man. It just doesn't.
What's the
what
problem?
are the requirements of being in a place like this?
There are no real rules concerning, just think of it this way: Christianity normally tells you, to stop whacking off, and you've got rules and regulations and blah 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 blah. My one is like the whole point is to like be nice and simple. And then kind of, it's a preventative measure to go against what's going to be coming allegedly down the road by 2030. That's all it is. So the concept is like if we can prevent that, if we can work against that, but it's under the guise of a religion, there's no way that you can then go, well, you can't say that. We've already had an example earlier where Ben told me to, that I was a bastard, but then I swiftly told him that was a hate crime. And a hate speech against my religion, and then he suddenly caved in with his little
tail. Where will this be located again?
Sorry?
Where will this be located again?
What? The religion or
the whatchamacallit, the whatchahoop?
The commune? The commune?
Yes, the commune.
That's the beautiful thing. It's wherever you decide, you and your family decide to where it is. You're not coming to.
Not exact.
You're not coming to my communion. I'm a communal area.
Why not? I want to go hang out with the dogs and your brother and that kind of stuff. Be fun.
There's no need to call my mother that. But the point is,
your brother. I said.
Oh, you mentioned the dog. Anyway, the point is,
oh,
Brian,
watch out,
you bastard. However, don't
you have a dog? I think, right?
Oh, we have a dog. Yeah,
my parents have a dog.
You have a dog, yeah. Parents have got a
anyway,
cat.
So the point is this: you can.
My sister has all kinds of animals.
The whole purpose is that you club together.
You son of a bitch.
Club together with your own kind of like family and friends and stuff to build your own communal area and your community and stuff, based on the concepts of one church. We're calling it oneology or oneism. We can't decide. Oneology.
Oneism is very similar to another kind of ism that you might not want to do, man.
It is definitely not named after the Metallica song or the U2 song.
Exactly.
Oh, good. Because if it was.
Not this time. Previously, maybe, but I mean, it was like this time. So that's the idea behind it, is that up until now, there's never been a definitive, this is, you can't do that to me because it's against my religion. Because everyone's just gone along with the program, as it were. It's like, oh, here's another thing, let's roll over, blah, blah, blah. But now it's like, no, you can't do that. And here in the UK, we only need 50 people in the next census.
Yeah, but you can't even make Scientology work over there, can you?
Yeah, unfortunately, it started over here. So we've got, we're good at this sort of shit. Started in, what's it called?
It started in international waters.
No, he escaped to international waters because we realised he was a fucktard. So I think that's his technical term. Whatever. But
you can't be bothered.
I can't. My Google's down. So
yeah, tell me about it.
But it's I think it's Eastridge. No, not Eastridge. It's East something. Eastridge, or I don't know. There's a village here in the UK which is Scientology village, with the manor that he used to work at and all that shit. It's like it originated from here. He lived here and then fucked off to the sea and then found America. Well, he dotted around Mediterranean for a while and then found America and started fucking over there. So, that's how it roughly chronologically. But there's a game plan at least. We can.
I tell you what,
there's a roadmap.
You would need to strengthen the anti-religion bashing laws, or you could go the way of the Muslims and just start killing people who disagree with you. Which way are you going to go?
And see, that's the thing, Big Voice Jay, I love about the Muslims anyways. They keep their pimp hand strong anyways, ultimately. Okay? I mean, the fact that, there's a side of it which says that, like, if the person who did that piss Christ thing, right? Remember that urinated in the cross thing, it's like that person would have gotten killed anyways if they did it against Muhammad, right? And it's kind of this idea that there are certain things you have respect for, and you don't cross certain lines. And the idea being is that when it comes down to certain things, they're just not going to tolerate. They don't deal with the nonsense. Is the point. Well,
the point I'm making is that you still have to operate within whatever jurisdiction that you happen to base yourself in at that time, you say?
Right. Well, but actually not true, because the Muslims right now are setting up little the no-go zones. They're setting up places like Sweden and whatnot, and we're actually starting to see we're actually going to have armed insurrection going on there, where they're bombing police departments, police stations.
Now, I know they were trying to create their own court system down in Texas, and I don't think that flew.
No,
you could do that in Sweden and stuff. But.
Well, okay. The way that could fly, basically, the thing about it is that, again, you have to be willing to put the resistance you need to put up, basically, to be able to let that be, a parallel system, right? You got to, if you're going to actually, set up a thing, you'd have to do that. I mean, in essence, you have to be willing to, do what the Muslims are doing, and basically just saying, I don't give a crap, basically. And if it turns out, you're going to actually have to make the cops be afraid of actually coming to you. You see what I'm saying? Right?
You can say, I can give a crap all you want, but you still have to obey the laws that you're in.
No, you don't. Not the cops. Cops are afraid to come. Remember, the cops are still people, right? At the end of the day, they are civil servants that are being paid, and just like in places like Chicago, where basically with the depolicing that goes on there, right? Where
Chicago has its own problems.
Yeah, or Detroit as well, I'm sure as well. And the point basically is where it's like the.
By the way, I don't see Jimmy Kimmel shedding a tear over the kids in Detroit or Chicago,
of course,
or Oakland. By the way,
yes, Jimmy Kimmel's a piece of trash. I'm sorry, these liberal shitheads, based seriously on the Talks News. They're tools.
I just like them better on the Man Show.
Yes. He was awesome on the Man Show. He was pro-men.
I love how he's trying to cede the high ground here when there's videotape that exists and we can show it.
Exactly. But the point I'm just saying is regarding the Muslims and everything. My point is they are going to take over Sweden. Basically, is what's going to happen. Sweden is because they've been cucked and they're going to be fucked. Basically, foreign language. This is dicks dirty.
Yeah,
they're screwed in that sense. They're screwed.
What?
Okay.
Ben and his foul language. Good Lord. I don't know why he came in here today.
No, but my point is before Jay here is what I'm trying to say is if they wanted to set up their own little area, and even the Amish has done this, right? They are mostly left alone by my understanding. They do their own thing, and
but they're not killing everybody.
No. I agree. They're not.
They take going offline seriously.
Yeah, but they're taking the offline. But the point I'm trying to say is that if you
there's an idea. There we go. Right, think about it this way. Think the Amish, our religion is like the Amish, but with electricity and the internet.
Right. Of course. Yeah. There you go. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's
Y'all need to stop giving Lee ideas.
Sorry?
Right.
Well, now you have to get good at baking and whatnot.
Ah, shit.
My point is,
roll up to the Pennsylvania Dutch and get you some pies, boy.
Well, Tori can get baked for all of us, surely.
Ben,
I'm working on it.
Tori is volunteering.
I'm excellent at baking.
Oh, that's good. I mean, that's why you do.
Master baking.
Get some cool, nice quiches.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
I can cook a quiche easy.
Yeah.
I bet that was.
I need you to really believe it when you say it.
Exactly.
So big boys.
Hold on. So basically, of all the sentences you
actually
thought
one
were
of the first dishes I learned to cook.
out of all the sentences you thought you were going to say today, Ben, was that one of them?
No.
Good to know. That's good to know.
Who would have thunk it?
Who knew? Who knew?
Your fault.
So anyway, so basically,
you do understand the idea that basically, like I said, that what's going on in Sweden, basically seeing the fact that they actually don't have to follow the laws because they're making their own parallel system up that actually is going to basically take over.
Yeah, that's more of a gullible government type thing.
Because
it's not. You theoretically you could just roll into a city and then force everybody to comply with it, but.
No, but the point is you could only short term. The point basically is if the government is weak in essence, then it will be long term. But the question is you could do that. I mean, sure, that's what happened to gangsters.
Well, yeah, you could mount a charm offensive saying that we only want to do this, just like what what's his name did with the nuclear testing. Oh, we just want to do this for energy, for the citizens, for the good of mankind. Really?
Yeah.
And now he's weaponized.
Right. No, I understand that, but I'm talking more like low scale, not as like nation level necessarily. But I'm saying like the gangsters, for example, when they
you got to start somewhere.
My point is example, like, we had they were protection for people like in Italy and like Chicago areas, that kind of stuff, where, people that live in those neighborhoods were actually probably quite happy with the gangsters because you didn't have certain levels of crime problems, right? Because they were protecting people. You pay them a few bucks or whatever, not a few bucks, whatever it is, and I'm sure that they would make sure you're okay and nobody would rob your store and everything. Because, any criminal that comes in the neighborhood and goes and robs somebody's store, they know the fact they're not dealing with just a store owner who might have a problem, they're dealing with the gangsters. The point I'm trying to say is that, but the Sweden situations, they're letting these people in, they're giving free welfare, and it's insane there. Basically, they've lost their minds. So
Do you understand how brilliant this plan is for me and us as a community? Do you see?
Yes, it's very brilliant.
It's multifaceted. It's like, Jay, you'll be part of it. I can tell. You'll realize how brilliant and expertly created this is.
Well, I'm not wearing my contacts just yet, so I'll probably see it when I put it on.
Fair enough. Yeah. But I mean, just generally speaking,
I'm holding out to hear this in a bolt format.
In a bolt format.
What is a bolt format?
A boat.
A boat
on the high seas.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I thought you said bolt.
Sorry,
B-O-L-T,
there.
like a scroll.
Tori, you really need to speak up a bit.
Sorry.
I'll try raising my chair.
That's the time.
Well, we're definitely going to go our radio at some point. That'll be fine. That'll be very lovely indeed. But and if anything, it's something to look forward to.
Very nice hat.
I'm looking forward to the hats.
The hats are going to be amazing.
They are going to be superb. Ben won't like his, obviously. Ben doesn't like anything.
What? I like things.
You're a walking, talking emo. No, you don't. What do you mean you like things?
I like things.
Like
That's
what?
not a brag. You've said that twice now like it meant something.
Ooh, look at me liking stuff. Ooh.
Yeah. Stuff and things.
You're not on Tinder right now trying to convince people.
See, I'm more interested in powering attacks that use Samina, the Samina bar, whatever that.
Yeah.
You gotta
watch out for those power attacks.
Exactly.
Backwash.
But I mean, like, so yeah. I think we should. I think we need to work on this, lads. That's all I'm saying. It's like we've got a plan now, a really reasonable plan of action. I think this will work. Now I understand that the big R word is a very big kind of R-y wordy sort of thing. Not
what's the R word?
Religion.
Not
to be confused with R.
Yeah, I was paying attention.
Yeah, all right. You get a bonus point. Fuck's sake. But Marty is saying that's in my mind, but then saying that Marty's concept of our mind.
Who was that guy we just lost?
What, Marty?
No, not Marty. How dare you? No, what's his face? Billy Graham. Yes, we just lost Billy Graham.
Billy Graham, yeah.
Have you looked behind the sofa?
Willie G.
Well, they're already looking for the next replacement, and I don't know, maybe with a British accent, you might be able to start a revolution.
Already have.
What are your thoughts on slapping people on the forehead?
I encourage it, especially if it's Ben's. Anything to improve the gnome.
Ben seems to agree.
Yeah.
So. No, I never said that.
I didn't hear a no.
Exactly.
I didn't hear a yes either.
He was still thinking about all the things he liked.
Yes is always implied, Ben. Haven't you heard?
Yeah. Don't you remember? No means no, yes means yes, and it's all backwards nowadays. That's kind of like what it's about.
It will be when my religion's done. Hey, yes, we're gonna do amazing things. So automatically, I think the first thing.
Hashtag no, we can.
So hashtag me, please. We know where it starts. That's how we launch it.
Hashtag me, please. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, Ben. So generally,
is that the group of women who are astonished by this whole Me Too movement and then realize, hey, I was in that same room and nothing of that happened to me?
No, it's more the fact that it's like Ben, like, yeah, it would be nice to have a bit of minge occasionally. Me, please.
It's kind of like a free parking sign.
Yeah. You can abuse me anytime. Please touch me. Oh, hashtag me, please touch me.
Someone clip that.
Yeah. That'll work.
Hashtag just the tip.
Yeah. Nah. Well, yeah.
He's coming around.
Okay. I'm just worried though.
Hashtag.
I'm just worried that I do occasionally get overexcited. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm in what slosh. You know what I mean? I'll get over it. You know, I don't want to break a promise. It sounds like a promise. It's like, oh, I'll just the tip. Oh, it'll be all right. I don't want to then,
Mr. Frodo.
Exactly. I don't want to then overextend when I get all like jiggly legged and excited. I don't want to like, oh, then all of a sudden, 8 inches later, oh shit. Sorry, love. Up to my
Would
womp.
you do it twice?
In and out. That's how maths works, Dory. Right up to the one love spud. But I mean, like, generally speaking, I'm just, I'm always worried about just the tip as a promise, as a golden rule of thumb. Brian, your thoughts?
Yeah, tips aren't always 20%.
No real thoughts here, anyways, about what you're talking about. So.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Well, I think we've done good.
I think we've done good as well.
I think we've achieved things.
Yes, we have, and I'm glad.
I don't know what we've achieved, but I feel we've achieved them. Oh, who was that? Ben?
I was just trying to let small voice talk for a second.
That would be Tori. Hello, go on, Tori. You've muted yourself.
I thought it was Ben. I thought it was Ben that was going to say
something. Was I supposed to say something?
Well,
Sorry.
I keep hearing people trying to say something.
We're in this awkward
stage we're on anymore.
Yeah.
There really is there's no script for the show anyways, unfortunately, so.
I just thought you were ad-libbing. Well, I've been going to a script. Fuck's sake. You FedEx this shit. Oh, by the way, did you hear about KFC over here?
What about it done now?
Amazing.
It's just non-stop, and then we'll fuck off. Basically, KFC have had, I think they've got 600 and something stores.
People have gone chicken crazy, apparently.
600, sure. And then 600 of those stores are closed and are slowly rolling open because DHL, of all people, have been delivering, supposedly, DHL delivering chicken for the starters is like, what the fuck? But there's now
if I'm not mistaken, I know you have talked at length at one time or another about how bad DHL was, right?
That doesn't sound like me at all. How dare you? Why would I be talking at length at anything? It's a conversation. How dare? That's not.
Well, nice. And apparently, wait, Lee.
You started on one, and then you went off on a tangent, and then we left and came back, and you were still talking. So,
that sounds like me. Yeah, go on,
Lee.
Yes, Brian.
What? This is how screwed we are as a society. People are actually calling the police over this. Apparently,
yes.
This is how insane people are.
Yeah, that was my punchline.
Magistrates.
Thanks for my punchline, Brian. That was. Thanks, man. Cheers.
Sorry.
No, you need to find the little girl who was being interviewed about KFC and how mad she is.
It's beautiful. It is beautiful. But anyway, so DHL. I'm very confused why DHL, a parcel delivery service, is being used by KFC, because this is the question that no one seems to be
for logistics. You're saying,
This is the thing. If you look at the photos of it all being stockpiled in one of their warehouses because they couldn't get it to the places in time, there was then a backlog and they couldn't fucking get anything. It's just in crates. Why is DHL?
Now, an article I had read, had said that they were trying to spin this up as quickly as they possible, and they were using an unregistered warehouse to store the chicken in cold storage, which is not good because that's one of those warehouses that isn't being inspected on a regular.
Right. Well, the concern basically is here, and this is really a thing, is that this kind of does show you the weakness basically of the fact that people when you're not living on farms anyways, and you got to get your food from exterior sources or faraway sources potentially. Yeah, there's a concern, and the food safety concern, right? Say, okay, well, my concern is the food going to be fresh and safe, right? Not the KFC's great food, of course, but I'm just saying, you hopefully don't get sick.
It's chicken. How do you mess up chicken? Come on.
My primary
salmonella, sir.
Why are you people eating KFC? Where are all the Popeyes at? Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think Popeyes is in the UK just yet.
There isn't. No. There are no Popeyes.
But during a YouTube rabbit hole session, I managed to land on a documentary done over there on the KFCs and their expansions, how they treat the neighborhoods, especially the neighborhoods that don't want them. And they go over and they talked about the farms and they interviewed the warehouse, the Bidvest Logistics. This is all they do: food delivery. And yet they decided to go with the cheaper route with DHL.
Right.
Well, that's the thing.
And I do believe Burger King was like saying, "Hey, you might want to watch that one right there."
It just confuses me about the whole
interesting.
thing.
What's interesting, I do have to say, is that I mean, this is just part of logistics and supply chain stuff. But the fact that actually you would think that DHL just delivers regular.
Yeah.
The idea that actually would be handling these kind of things for a major retail. Well, I'd figure a major retail chain. Because you'd figure that they would have some other. Yeah, I mean, you would be using somebody else to do this, or even more likely doing it themselves, should we say? You know,
because you never see, for example, I have seen a Mackie D's lorry, for example, or a truck driving around. So it's like
I've seen this around. Yeah,
and if you think about it, BK as well.
And
yeah,
Coca-Cola. I've seen the Budweiser kind of things, right?
Oh, but you never see like KFC,
right? But again, that's how they keep their costs.
I've never seen a Wendy's.
Keep their costs down, right? They keep their costs down that way, right?
Yeah, but I've never seen a Wendy's.
And they probably keep them from getting robbed. I mean, how many stories do you want to hear about chicken trucks being robbed at gunpoint?
Oh, there's a good point.
Chicken trucks. What? Shut up.
Well, you're talking about black people, so this is always.
Hey, watch out!
Saying it.
People love chicken of all races.
I know, but let's be clear. Let's be clear about this.
Yeah, let's be.
You're so clear. Tom Cruise is telling you to tone it down.
Hold on.
I would just be clear. I would be willing to bet. I would be willing to bet these people that robbed this. We're black anyway.
That is not what I was expecting. But no, what I'm expecting. No. What I'm expecting is the representative.
This is not a white meat versus dark meat issue.
What I'm expecting is more along the lines
of chicken.
The views of Brian, the bigoted old man, may not necessarily represent Dirty Box's show.
But it may.
Digital Rhapsody.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yes.
Just say. Just put it out there. Thank you very much.
Because hopefully Lee understands there are differences. Anyways, the point I'm just saying is that I would be concerned about, the chicken thing is no.
Put down the shovel, Brian.
I would be concerned about the safety. Okay, so I'm trying to flip it around the other way here about the storage in the warehouses and that kind of stuff.
Oh, the black transport. Oh, the storage. Yeah.
No, I'm talking to the chicken itself. I'm trying to get off that subject because I'm not trying to, anyway.
Oh, of course.
I'm saying that my concern about is the supply chain, the safety, and the fact that just like we saw happen with Netflix when they decided to go with a cheap backbone provider that screwed them, right? Because they were interconnecting with something that was being too cheap, which then in turn basically caused a problem with Comcast and others throttling it back because, these agreements. They're expecting certain kind of traffic based upon a certain amount of money they're going to spend, right?
Oh no, Netflix being screwed over when they've been fucking everybody else over for years now.
Well, people are going to be mad when they can't Netflix and chill appropriately.
Right. But my point I was trying to make was that I was saying that in any sort of business there are logistics.
Honey, it's buffering. This has never happened before.
Well,
yeah,
really?
It never really happens, is it? Yeah.
But no, the point I'm trying to say is there's certain things in certain businesses where there could be low margin things, but it's very expensive to get in. Even Amazon is even looking to get into remember that you saw maybe a story last week or week before, maybe it was Amazon's talking about doing, their own logistics stuff, right? And this caused the FedEx and UPS stocks. And they
Amazon has had their hands in a lot of stuff lately.
Right. Yeah. Even the healthcare thing's another one. And the point
they just now started to do they just now signed up to do the prescriptions. Later on this year, they're starting, or they're going to be in a pilot program later on this year so that they can accept food stamps.
How much?
Wow, that would not surprise. That would end up killing Walmart, because honestly, a lot of the Walmart's businesses is food stamps. And,
shut up, is it?
Yes.
I would have said McDonald's is the most of its food is food stamps.
Well, yeah.
You're really not supposed to use those at McDonald's and restaurants. I don't know the restaurants that are taking it. I don't know how they're taking it, but I've heard stories that they are.
Yeah.
I'd say that the reverse is true, that while most food stamp business does go to Walmart's, most of Walmart's business is not food stamps.
No, I understand that, but my point is, it still would cause a big dent, a decent dent, basically, in their business. Is my point.
How much?
This has to be the only program or what is now called SNAP. This is supplemental nutritional additional program.
Worst name ever. Yeah, go on.
Well, it was better than what they were calling it.
Crackle Pop.
Oh snap!
This is one of those only programs that actually advertises for people to get on the program.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
That's crazy.
During the Obama administration, radio and TV commercials did go out to get people to do that. And especially, there was a push into the rural areas to combat what is known as mountain pride, to get our Appalachian brothers and sisters on SNAP benefits.
Right.
Oh, yeah. There's a good 20 to 30% of most mountain counties are under the poverty line.
Wow.
Right.
That's crazy. But I mean, like, just out of interest, the how much is like paracetamol over there at the moment, or aspirin or something like that? Just to give us a ball, like for us who like Brian would call us, socialist states. How much
aspirin is cheap as chips, as you like to say.
Yeah, but how much though?
Cheap as chips, yes. Was it like $5 or $10? I think to buy something for aspirin or something.
Fucking hell!
You buy 100.
Right.
Jesus Christ!
Less than that. Where are you shopping? That's California prices.
I'm talking about buying a 50-pack or whatever, something like that. You know what I mean, right?
That's
you're like
it's
like
at the gas station. If you go to Walmart, it's a lot cheaper.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
cheap.
but I mean, like, that's crazy.
I don't know what it costs per capsule or something.
Oh no, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not saying that.
I'm talking when you go to the store. I've seen them for like $10 or $5 or something like that. Usually,
you can go to a Walmart and get it for about $3.
Okay, yeah.
That's
Again,
crazy.
it's very cheap. My point is, and this is obviously the place.
And it's like a bottle of like 500 or something.
And I'm talking about going to more of an upscale market, the places near me, versus like again different places.
Oh, pardon me. You're going to
I'm just saying. It's
going to the Target.
But
do you have any
exactly? That's Big Voice J, you understand the gasoline and other things are a lot of times priced based upon what the market will bear, right? So the idea is saying that if you live in a more richy neighborhood, you're paying more money for gasoline, right?
Oh yeah, I know people that do live in these areas that do complain about that.
I mean, they complain about it, but they still buy it. And that's
they still do it, but they complain about it, and
thank you. It makes my point.
They do complain about it, but they do.
Guys, one at a time. Jay, go on.
Mark. They do complain about it, but they do pay. One instance actually springs out to mind because it extends past your necessities. Actually, someone was paying for insurance, and they just asked them point blank, "Why is it higher in this area?" And it said, "Because people can afford it."
Right. No, but that's the truth of the matter is that's how, it's even Amazon, I know they do this as well. They can look at zip codes and they can make sure the pricing's different depending on where you live, right? Mm-hmm. Because again, this is the idea of maximizing profit, right? This is the airlines do the same thing when you think about where they are in the trains in the UK, the same similar thing, which, okay, the spot.
Walmart is famously able to calculate down to the square footage their profit margin.
Right.
That is scary.
Of course. Yeah,
how big is that Excel spreadsheet for that for fucking go?
Trust me, it's not
Excel spreadsheet.
I tell you what, I bet all the colours are used. I bet they go automatically from every single.
Using all the rows up in here, boy.
I'm sure it's some custom ERP enterprise resource planning database system, not an Excel spreadsheet.
Be wrong.
Yes.
Would that by any chance be wrong if it's against our religion to use Excel? As it is the devil's child.
Yeah, yes, it is. It would be. I agree. You should be using pages, but I mean numbers. I meant to say anyway. Sure, why not?
Sheets.
Oh no, any spreadsheet. It's like as soon as you can like work out a pie chart of what your ratio of race used for whatever and all that kind of shit.
You want to know the racial stuff? I'll tell you racial stuff.
No, you already have, Brian. Don't worry about it. But I mean, save it for another show. But I mean, as soon as you can produce any sort of stats and figures for any sort of political agenda that you want to, just like prove factually, bunny floppy ears, whatever the agenda you want to produce, then sure, the way to combat that is to take away the tool that's enabling you to do it. You can't be trusted with Excel. We're taking Excel away. Now, is that bad? Because
yes, it is bad.
You know, it's not. Surely that's not. Brian, shut up. Ben,
yes.
Is it bad to ban Excel in a religion?
No.
All forms of even numbers, all forms of spreadsheet.
Spreadsheets.
Yes.
You wanna ban spreadsheets altogether?
Yes. Thanks for listening. Because because they are the devil's work, and they are producing all sorts of bullshit that is not necessary in a modern society.
Yep.
They are causing the pain, not helping the pain. Do you think that's bad to ban?
I mean, I don't understand how numbers next to each other in the sequence of some sort is bad.
Well, the beautiful thing is that, for example, a ledger, if we're talking about like paper ledger sort of scenario, that would be perfectly fine because obviously everyone has to do their taxes in a responsible adult way. But what I'm saying is anything of a Excel spreadsheet sort of fashion, where you could put in data about forms, like anything about from ratios through to like age, manipulation of data. When you get to a point where any or pretty much most policies of a government nature normally somehow is worked out by the ratio of the population via an Excel spreadsheet, and who's going to take what, and whether or not they can cope with it or not.
Okay.
And what minority is going to do what, and what minority you're going to pander to this week, that sort of bullshit. Because you're crunching the numbers and the data that have been, you're able to manipulate the data quicker and easier than you have ever done before, and you can pump it out as a pretty little Excel pie chart or line graph with 2 clicks of a button, to the point where it loses the actual humanity behind it, and it's just by that point numbers. So bullshit happens.
But the numbers don't have humanity. That's the problem.
Yeah, but that's the point. Yeah, but exactly. So it means that then the story and the reasons.
Oh, like what IBM did back in the war.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect example, in fact. Yeah. Yeah. So is it wrong to ban Excel and spreadsheets in general because they are used for bad? Because I also ban IBM because of war reasons. I think that's fair.
I don't know.
They've made enough money.
I don't think banning a tool serves much purpose.
So we need to ban the people.
Yes.
Ah.
Even better, Lee. Why don't we just let nature take its course, and the people that should be banned will no longer be born? How about that?
Yeah, but Ben's here now.
Ben is a good guy.
But we've got to put up with him now, Brian.
I never thought Brian would endorse Planned Parenthood.
Who knew?
No, Planned Parenthood is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the idea that you stop paying for Planned Parenthood.
And we're off.
You'll stop paying for Planned Parenthood, and along with single mothers anyways, and the problem resolves itself anyways. Because people basically will deal with their own life choices on their own terms. At that point, then you have people, instead of being rewarded for making bad life choices, they are, punished through nature, basically.
Well, you see, when people make choices, I don't want them to be punished with a baby. That is the best Barack Obama impression you've ever heard.
That is the worst.
That's because, he's a
rabies would have been better, Jay. Rabies.
Yes.
The thing is, for me, is like I'm always very confused, primarily because of you may have heard I've been reading through Agenda 21 recently. God, I'm sad. However,
what
have you now?
Yes, because I'm adopting the opposite of all things into our religion. So the concept where
good for you.
Yeah. So reading about like obviously population control and shit like that, it does confuse me when you've got this confusion going on. So you've got like one side of the regime, as it were, and it's pretty much any country is like, life is sacred, life is good. Like some sort of Monty Python sing-along. And then
we bomb those people.
And then and then on the flip side, it's like, oh, we've got to, especially with Stephen Fry this week. It's like, oh, cancer, trying to like fight cancers and like heal people, and which is basically
what is Stephen Fry? Stephen Fry to some this week that was important.
Yeah, ironically, the gay guy got a prostate cancer, so he has no longer got a prostate. He had it removed.
Right.
So
yeah, that's
crimped his sex life. But then racist. However, that's just rude. It's a fact of life.
So what was he saying that was important this
but the
weekend?
Point is
prostate cancer.
Yeah, but the point is though is that you've got one side of society and community and stuff is like saving lives and like that kind of bullshit. And then you've got other side that's like, oh, we've got to kill babies, abortions and shit like that. And then in the middle, you've got.
No, it's simple.
And then in the middle, you've got like population. Hold on. And then in the middle, you've got population control bashing on.
No. So it's a on the left. No, they're on the left.
No. Someone should propose we build the wall with dead babies.
Oh.
Ooh.
Are they stackable?
I don't think it'll be very sturdy.
No, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, are dead babies stackable, Tori?
Can we bedazzle the babies?
Bedazzle the babies, yeah.
If you're getting close to bedazzling of that sort of nature, that's surely CIA, FBI kind of. Are you allowed near children normally, Jay? That sounds a bit. Yeah, probably it's suddenly innocent now. Yeah.
Define near.
Within 500 yards of a school. I think that's normal, going rate, isn't it? I'll ask Ali when he comes out. Of prison.
Oh my God!
Too soon. Sorry.
How long is that, by the way?
How long is what?
How long is it till Ali gets out?
I think it's another 6 months. I think so. I don't know. Okay. I haven't written. I said I was going to write a letter.
Out of mind, eh?
Yeah. It's a bit weird. I said
Once
I was going to.
The booty shorts is no longer.
Yeah.
He's going to be free to unleash massive shits all over the place again.
Yeah, I haven't heard any reports about like Norwich prison shutting down because of their plumbing situation. And the phantom black bagger are striking again.
They probably have a pretty sturdy one, to be fair.
What, black bagger? Yeah, probably.
No, a sturdy sewer system.
We have a surplus in our maintenance department.
It being a prison, I'm sure there's all sorts of traps and locks to keep things moving or not moving, as the case may be.
Yeah.
How delightful. So something to reminisce, think of as we're, having Sunday brunch, that sort of thing. But yeah, I haven't spoken to. I was going to write him a letter, but then it was like, I don't know if it's like subconsciously, it's like nah. Or I genuinely have been busy, so it's like one of those things. I'll get round to it. Sort of. I don't know. It's very odd. But
write who a letter?
Ali, thanks for listening.
Fry. Oh, Ali. Oh, sorry,
Stephen Fry. Dear Stephen, I love you in Blackadder. You're brilliant. Sorry about
I'm sorry.
Tell me about your prostate.
Sorry about your prostate.
I'm sorry,
I hope it doesn't crimp your sexual extra part. What?
I like the Fry and Laurie show. That was good.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. That was.
I'm sorry, I was paying attention to Fargoth's game, anyways. There.
He was actually good in a short-lived CBS sitcom, The Great Indoors, where two grizzled dudes have to deal with millennials. It was good. It was canceled too early, in my opinion.
Okay.
Didn't Dvorak do a show like that at some point?
Probably.
Yeah.
What, Bitter and Twisted?
Yeah.
Isn't that him life generally?
I guess so.
Yeah.
He looks like he was having a good time, though.
I don't know what, but so half the time I don't know what the fuck he's saying. You're not digital ready, Ben. This is the problem.
What?
Unfortunately, it's come to that time.
How dare you? I'm so digitized.
No, you're not. You don't come with the subtitles. You make no sense.
I've got 10 fingers. They're digits.
I dread to think where you're keeping them. But I mean, generally speaking, it's just like you keep
That's
talking.
the highlight of his day. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you keep. No wonder it's so smirky.
I've got 10 toes as well. They're also digitized.
Yeah, but they're not. They don't come with subtitles either, do they? They're not available on FreeSat, are they? No.
Mind your mashed potatoes, lads.
So, I mean, I could make them available for a price.
You dirty fucktard. But I mean, like, it's just like it's one of those scenarios where most of the like, Sundays and stuff, we pretend we understand what the fuck you're saying, but really, your accent's so thick, it's like, yes, dear, yes, dear, yes,
What?
dear, yes, dear.
No, in fact, I think Skype is actually adding an accent onto him.
Yeah.
My accent is the clearest of anyone here.
What for her?
I agree. He gets paid. He gets paid money to talk to people on the phone, right? Yeah. So
It's Brian's moment to brown nose again.
Yeah, the moment of clarity, known as the telephone.
Yes.
Yeah. People hear my accent and they know what to do afterwards.
Panic?
Yes.
Oh,
no, I figured they try the chat option.
They know. Ben, they know how to go buy the HomePod, right?
I mean, it's pretty easy.
You were fucking conned, Brian, with that HomePod bullshit.
Hey Siri, what's the temperature in Perth, Australia?
Hey Brian, how many walls did you run into when you were at the Apple campus?
None of them, actually.
I've heard the stories.
That you'll admit to?
Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm aware of that story too by Big Voice, anyways, about these idiots who somehow are looking and not paying attention.
Sorry, Apple employees.
Some Apple employees can be idiotic.
I can agree with you.
I've met a lot of them.
I don't think you need to distinguish the difference there, Lee.
Sorry, what was that?
I was just saying, I don't think you need to make a distinction.
No, I'm just. It was just an option.
Understand. It all goes down to quota hires. Anyways, at the end of the day, Apple's trying to do what they can to resist it.
They were just fine employees before they moved. What are you talking about?
But there you go.
Moving location does not lessen your IQ points.
But the problem is that if they're not paying attention to where they're actually, the real problem there is that any
the real problem is health and safety.
They're looking at their iPhone.
Change. No.
Surely,
you would understand.
No, hold on. Hold on. Surely they're keeping that old base of operations as well. It's in addition, isn't it? That's what originally Steve Jobs said. So surely it's...
And they're building more. They're building another campus apparently in Reno, I think.
Another one. I tell you what, for a tax-dodging cunt society...
They're not tax-dodging, basically. The ones that are...
They've got all this money for no good reason. Is that right, Brian?
And you can actually thank Trump for that because of the whole money that's coming back from overseas.
When? Do we not have a date for that yet?
It's already been signed into law. I mean, the tax tables have started this month, actually.
So do we have a date for that yet?
When the money's coming back, you mean?
Yes.
Not an exact date, obviously, of course,
so
but I'm
until
sure
we have
it's
a
going to come
date,
this year.
Until we have a date.
It's going to come this year, obviously, of course,
Of course it is. Of course. Yeah. Until we have a date.
Well, no, because it has. Big Voice doesn't have to be this year or something, right? Within the certain calendar year, otherwise it's going to go back or something, right? Is that?
Well, yeah, I mean, the repatriation does begin.
Thanks for watching Quixelite.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I might call it a night.
I can tell. You just logged off. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Hold on. I couldn't tell because he wasn't interested when we started the show.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as he was before. It's just, there's no way to tell sometimes what the fuck's going on.
I know. That's enough for today.
But yes. Basically, I've had enough of all of you bastards. I've told you what's necessary, now fuck off.
Yes.
In the nicest way possible.
Thanks for watching.
But yeah, I think we've done good today. We got all the main points covered, Ben, I think. I think so.
Very good.
Yes.
I think we did.
Yes. Very, very good. I'll tell you.
In the words of Jim Cornette, thank you, fuck you, bye.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for saying that when we've got another minute of this fucking song left. Cheers, man. Cheers. It was a bit premature.
I've uploaded 4.7 gigabytes of data to Twitch tonight.
How haven't you done well?
Yeah.
His cock isn't actually that small, allegedly. He just sounds like it, ladies. Come and bounce on Ben.
What?
Go on.
No, it's just pixelated.
Check.
Internet. Shift.
Yeah, it's fine. We only call him the British redneck. He actually allegedly is quite clever. Go and bounce on his cock, ladies. I'm helping you out, Ben. Best
So
wingman
now
ever.
Becoming a beginner pimp.
Yeah. Best wingman ever. Anyway, thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Look after yourselves.
you,
Have a
Ryan.
great week. Goodbye, everybody.
On air, online, on demand, on the move. DirtyBoxers.net.
We're out, right?
Yes.
Oh, we are.
Okay.
Just turned off my
Right.
stream.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're still streaming, talking to those wankers. But yeah, we're basically finished.
And then anybody listening live right now?
Oh, yeah, 3 or 4. I can't tell because Google Chrome's crashed.
Oh, okay.
Been crashed for a while.
All right, there goes people. All right, time to go anyways.
That's how they do it. Right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Have a
and,
good evening.
See you.
Bye.
Have a great weekend.
Thank
See you
you.
online.
Thank
See
you,
you
Ben.
online, Ben, right?
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, I'll be streaming more and more.
I'm glad to
Yep.
hear that. Do you have any more days off this week anyways, or
Oh yeah, Wednesday, Thursday. Normal
Wednesday,
ones.
Thursday? Oh, okay, good to know. So
Yeah,
I'll keep an eye out
my
Wednesday,
weekend
Thursday.
is Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, I'm working
Gotcha.
tomorrow. I was
Ah.
working today. Yeah.
Ah,
Yep.
Well, not now, obviously, but yeah, earlier, of course.
No, that's right. I finished
Why
my
don't you-
shift ages ago. Yeah.
Why don't you just fax Brian your rota and then he'll have it pinned on his noteboard?
I don't have a fax.
Nobody has a
Really?
fax anymore, Lee. What are you talking? Except for one of my dopey clients, anyways. As you say, it's anyways.
Excuse me.
Actually, I got one of the home pods as well.
Oh, you
I get-
twat.
No, yeah.
You
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no,
get a
it-
second one. I'm gonna pick up a second one. Then I'm gonna basically
Really?
use airfoil. I want to use airfoil to see if I
Yeah,
can't
hell
get it to do the stereo thing. You know.
But,
Jesus.
I mean, I got mine 50% off because
Yeah, that's
that was basically the only reason I got it because I couldn't justify it at the price.
No, I mean
Otherwise-
honestly, I agree. Definitely, the price it is expensive, and
Yeah,
the audio quality is great. I mean, I love the audio quality, but
it was nice.
you know,
yeah.
it's just Siri is a little bit dopey.
A little bit. What could maybe a quick little insight, Ben, before I fuck off. Is there
Yeah.
a reason why Siri has multiple personalities?
And I know exactly what you're saying, Lee. I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. What is there?
I honestly don't.
Okay.
Do you mean
because
like the
it's on
languages
device.
when you switch between them?
No.
Sorry. Hold on.
Different
Hold
devices
on.
have
Hold on. Hold on. Let's pretend that we're on a fucking call. Basically, it's like Apple, like the phone seems reasonably knowledgeable. I don't use it, but it seems reasonably knowledgeable. It can reach out for shit and blah blah blah. HomePod, dumb as fuck. Well, if you've got internet as both, if you've got internet on both, surely Siri should be a standard throughout. If you're using Siri as a marketing tool, then it should be the same Siri to be able to use, if you're using text.
I have the answer to that, Lee. I know why.
Go on in.
Because they're a end user device company. They're not necessarily a services company, and that's why, right? And so basically, because all the processing and all the stuff happens from the devices, and each device gets developed independently of each other. So the iPhone is different from the HomePod, which is different from the Apple TV, which is different from Mac OS. And so therefore, now you end up with this kind of like weird situation with different domains where you could be talking to Siri in the same room, obviously with your various devices, but they're not going to all respond in the same way.
But why not? That's the point.
Because again, I
know
agree,
what you're
but
saying,
but I said I told you why. I told you why not. Because
that's
it's
shit.
on
That's a
device.
shit. For the most expensive company in the world, it's a shit
Expensive?
response.
No, it's the most valuable company in the
Or
world. but
whatever.
exactly.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Most
I don't
expensive.
know. I'm a little bit disappointed in the HomePod because it doesn't have any Bluetooth function, basically.
No, someone else has been saying that as well.
I
can't remember
actually,
who-
but
Yeah.
I
So
someone
at the
like, I
moment-
mean, like Ben.
Hold on,
before I go.
Ben, hold
Your
on.
Apple Watch can't actually control the HomePod. You can only
Right.
you can remote control your iPhone, but you can AirPlay to the HomePod. But other than
Right.
that, you
But actually, I think
it's really annoying. Yeah.
I think Ben, I think the concept being is the fact that Apple believes that AirPlay 2, AirPlay or Flash AirPlay 2 is superior to Bluetooth, and that's kind of what they're doing. And understandably, I agree they should have actually had Bluetooth in there because it would have been. The thing about it is that with AirPods, while the AirPods are great, one of the reasons why they're great is because they're also have Bluetooth, right? You know, it means the fact that something like Android, on the virus that is Android, basically, they can actually use it, right?
Hold on. Are you telling someone who works for Apple what to think about an Apple product?
No,
because that sounds like it's like this is what they like. He's telling you what like his thoughts about the product, and it's like okay, fair enough. And then you're telling him how to think about the product.
No, like, I'm trying to tell you this is my perspective.
Yeah, okay.
The way you think about the way you're supposed to think about this. I'm not saying he has to think about this with this way. Or
yeah, but what we're not supposed to as consumers. But surely we've got the vote. No, we've got. I was just trying to talk to Ben. Anyway, I'm gonna go. So have a good night, everybody.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep. So
all right, good night, guys. Okay, time.